Isn't so bad till I look at my hands and feel sad, 'cause the spaces between my fingers are right where yours fit perfectly. Oh, how does the rest of that song go? Over here in vanilla twilight, da 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 da, and all night, ba da 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 da, ba da da ba da da ba 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 ba. 'Cause I know the ba da da dum, ba da ba ba da ba ba dum. 'Cause the spaces between my fingers are right where yours fit perfectly. What's up, David Powell? Cat in the chat. What's up, baby? Both of y'all in the chat. Let's go. Listen, today I'm gonna be acting a little different. A little different. Just kidding. I hope not, actually. Hope you guys enjoy the show. How's everybody doing? How's Cat? How are you, David? Haven't seen y'all. I've seen Cat in the chat. Cat's always in the chat, let's be honest. Much love to Cat. But David, how you doing, brother? Haven't seen you in a minute. Cause right where yours fit perfectly. 'Cause the silence isn't so bad till I look at my hands and feel sad. 'Cause the spaces between my fingers are right where yours fit perfectly. Bro, that's like such a good song to me. Da 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 da. Do you guys know what song that is, by the way? By the way. Because the silence isn't so bad till I look at my hands and feel sad. Because the spaces auto move but overpowered. Pause or shield and regain bishops. What? Automotive but overpowered. Pause or shield. Wait, what? What is happening, Cat? What? What happened? Wall? Wall? What is happening? What is happening? Oh, I am so sorry. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I am a little intoxicated. I'm not gonna lie. I won't do it. I won't lie. Will not do it. Yo, there's no music. I'm playing shotgun chess and it's hard. And it's a hard choice. Wait, are you asking me to choose between pawns or shield and regain bishops? Pawns or shield? Pawns are kind of whatever, right? In chess. I don't know too much about. Can you get off, please? Bro, hop off my dick. Just kidding, Sam. Much love to you. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for watching the streams, bro. I know you're not in here the whole time, but I appreciate any time that you put in here. You know what I mean? Much love, much love. I have to change the intro name. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Hold on, give me a second. Chatting about money. Oops. Love and sacrifice. I can never spell sacrifice. All right. Bro's at 1% intoxicated? No. I'm dead ass. Slumped. I am slumped, buddy. The thing is when I become intoxicated, and it's so nice. My drug of choice is marijuana. Who doesn't like a good old glob of marijuana? Actually, over 0.4 is fatal. Oh, I'm not. Oh yeah, I'm not. I speak Japanese. Good shit, David. I'm not intoxicated like that. I'm intoxicated a different way. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Wait, you guys know? You guys don't know what that song is? It smells like, burnt rubber or some shit. In vanilla twilight. Because I look at my... Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I'm going to... excuse me. Squizby. I'm going to go into the... Oh, where's my shit? Dude, it deadass smells like... Smells like burnt rubber. I'm just scared. Hold on, give me a second. I'm deactivating this cam so I could activate this cam. Blap. Face cam. Blevins. I'm so sorry. I am actually intoxicated, guys. Like, no bullshit.
Oh, y'all didn't even roll together?
No bullshit. I am so intoxicated.
Okay. All right, we'll talk
I'm
about
so
it.
sorry.
Talk about it
Hi.
We'll talk about it after. We'll talk about it after.
Yeah, we'll
Zero!
My
What
guy,
up, dog?
Zero. So
What?
fucking sexy.
Hey, he is kind of cute. I'm not even gonna lie. Hold on, let me go live real fast.
I'm fucking... I did it, okay?
Did you? I was just about to ask you if you did or not.
Yeah.
All right, so real quick, hold on. Let me go live and then I'll.
I'm going live too. I'm going
All right,
live too.
hold
I'm going live too.
my-
The usual Tuesday, boys. We're in action. What's going on, guys?
I'm sorry.
The usual fucking Tuesday
On a Thursday.
on
on
a
a Thursday.
Thursday edition.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, no,
I
no.
had.
Hey,
Hey!
that was not a
Fuck reason to
that was not a
apologize.
diss. No, no.
That's a
no.
jab right there.
That was a jab. It was a jab, but it's all right. It's all right.
He said, "Yeah, why the fuck are we doing it? I thought this was supposed to be on Tuesdays. What happened?"
That was emotion. Yeah, it's on a Thursday
All right,
today,
so-
baby.
Just to
Sorry, I missed the
for
stream lately. It's all
pretense.
good.
So Zero and I were talking, and he was like, "Yo, you and Corpse are always like lit. Like Corpse is always smoking, you're always drinking. So he don't drink or smoke, but he dabbles in edibles. So he was
Oh.
like, "Yo, I might just munch down on an edible for the stream." And I was like, "Do it." So that's why
where
he's
we
hype
are.
right now.
We're here.
Oh, there
Here
we
we
go.
are.
We're lit then. We're lit.
That's why he's hype, bro.
Dude, the thing is that I am the same. I just think less. So I might say some shit that
Say
Oh.
some shit, bro. Show me your dick though.
you know.
Show me your.
I won't do
dirt.
that. I don't do crazy shit.
Oh, man.
I'm excited to have you, buddy.
Crazy
Thank you, Motion. Thank you for being here.
Well, since we're all here, we're all live. Everybody who's tuning in with us, this is the usual Tuesday with your hosts, Save 0%, and yours truly, Big Corpse in the motherfucking building.
in the busy hizzy. Usual Tuesdays hosted on a Thursday. You love to see it.
Yeah. So anybody who does end up tuning in live, like I know your guys' community is like super fucking responsive. Shout out to my one Twitch person who's been watching every single fucking stream. I
Let's
don't
go.
know who you are.
Bot or not?
bot or not. Bot or not, dude.
Never
I
a bot.
love you. And however you stumbled across my page, fucking thank you, dude. Stumble your way onto fucking corpsecollection.com.
I do have a bone. I have a bone to pick with Zero though.
Ooh. Wait a second.
'Cause
I'm-
this man, it was this man's job to start the Discord,
I-
which he did
I
start.
did
But
start.
where are the channels? Where are the channels? That's why I haven't invited any of my community to
I'm so sorry.
the Discord because there's literally no channels.
There's literally nothing.
And I'm not about to send out community links to a bare bones fucking Discord. So what the fuck? You dropped the ball, Zero. And you know what? You even had an extra 2 days because we're doing this on a Thursday.
I know, bro.
Hurt.
Literally, I need to pay attention more to Discord. I don't even pay attention that much to my Discord, and that's just abysmal.
But that's the thing is,
Bad.
so we have so many people in our communities, like even just in our respective communities. I'm not even bringing Corpse's community into this, but we have so many people in our respective communities that I know are avid Discord users. That if you gave one of them like mod rights, they would set it up, and then we could just send out hella links, and they would flourish. I guarantee it.
Give me a second. I'm going to make some coffee real quick.
There's literally
Alright, brother.
already Cat in the chat, already being a
Okay.
fucking legend like he is, saying I could help out. He's helped
Boom.
my Discord so fucking much. Cat, he's been amazing, bro. He's a pivotal in my fucking community.
There
Thank
we
you,
go.
Kat.
That's all you need. That's all you need. All you need is somebody to straight up like make voice channels, certain voice channels, so that way. Well, I mean, I feel like we're always gonna stream on this specific platform, but like make channels for, like upcoming topics. Talk about topics that we've had in the past. Talk about I mean, there could be just a list of shit. And cat in the hat, cat in the chat, cat and a
In the
rat
chat.
already knows like what to do with Discord and already listens to every single week's different broadcast, so they could easily set it up. So I just wanted to say that.
Bro.
I'm not trying to call you out, but I wanted to call you out for the record.
Damn.
Just saying.
Okay. Well, I
I'm just
appreciate it.
saying.
Thank you.
Well, that shit's on wax,
Keeps me- it
and
keeps
me
we
accountable.
will do better about the fucking Discord.
Accountability, brother. Accountability.
True.
Oh my god. Yeah, I just don't understand Discord enough. Like I understand there's channels and this and that and the third.
You
and-
will though.
I will learn.
It's got to get to going, so the going gets to going. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. Exactly. You know, hey, we got to get on the same wavelength, yo. I'm just saying.
Dude, I'm on a wavelength, okay? Right now.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How long ago did you consume this edible?
Oh, this is gonna fuck me up. Because...
Oh! Wait, are you doing a Discord right now?
No, I'm doing something else.
Okay, I
right
was
now.
about to say,
No,
stop
no,
what
no.
you're doing.
I'm not doing the Discord now. I usually have chat just like to the right, so I could see if anybody's saying anything. But right now, what were you asking? When I took the edible. I took the
Boy's
edible.
lit already.
This is fucked.
Yeah.
This is fucked. And when I say this is why I have to be so careful with everything, substance wise. Guess how many milligrams I took, and I want both of you to guess how many milligrams I took. Just the milligrams, not how long I took it.
25.
500.
Okay,
500?
That's just not real. That's not real. That's not a real.
There's
Bro,
500
if he took
milligram
500, he wouldn't even. He would have been like, "Hey guys, I'm calling out. Let's do it next week."
I just wouldn't respond. I took 5.
5? That's it?
That's it.
Oh, that's
And
baby
I'm-
steps.
And
Dude,
I'm,
those are baby numbers, bro. We got to get those numbers up, man.
I gotta like hard concentrate right now. I gotta hard concentrate right now. Like
Hey, well,
I am
shot-
Ooh.
hanging on to.
I've
every
had 3
word.
beers already before we even hopped on. This is beer number 4, so I'm shooting for at least 12 beers before the stream's over.
Am I the most soberest one right now on the show?
And I
For
took
right now, because come the end of it, you're gonna be the most lit.
Bro, I'm going to be
That's
fucking
that's
toasted.
literally every single.
I I took it 20 minutes ago.
How did you go from 5 to 2 to 20?
Because he's
20.
losing track. He's losing track of time, dude.
All right,
It's
well,
already happening.
here's what we're gonna do. In honor of Zero's edible, and finally not being sober during a podcast, we're all gonna just. All right, we're gonna have a great show, baby. We got 2 hours. Honestly, the fact that Corpse even sent us what we are talking about tonight, and then and Zero and I were standing next to each other when you sent the text, and I got hyped, bro. I was hyped. He was hyped. I'm so excited. I'm very excited to see how you preface this and how we go into this topic. But this is a topic that, for a lot of people, they don't know how to like put it into words. And for a long time, I was the same way. And I know you were like fighting it for a while, like how to do it. Because I remember we spoke on the phone many of times, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, flying back and forth to Florida. And so I know this is a really good one. I'm really excited for tonight's topic.
Me too.
All right. Let me get this coffee because I need
This
to
man's
open.
still-
I thought you went to go get this coffee.
Yeah.
No,
In
I started
20
brewing
minutes.
it.
In 20 minutes, this man is gonna.
Do you
be
have
on
like
this
a?
chitter,
Is
bro.
it like a? Do you that one of those?
I have like a fucking
What
pot.
the fuck is that? What the fuck is
Yeah,
this?
it's
Hold on.
you put a
Starbucks?
filter in there, and then you have your coffee grounds, and then you get like hot water, and you like sift it through everything.
Oh, I wish I had one
That
of
one's
those. Those
kinda
are
cool.
super fancy. I have a fucking combo like coffee pot Keurig fucking thing. So if I want to make like a big pot of coffee, I can. But then if I want to do something like a single shot, you know, like a 12-ounce thing, I can do that too, which I did right now. So hold on, let me.
Who the fuck drinks coffee at 8:00 on a Thursday?
True. Maybe it's decaf
Yo,
though.
here's a real question. Did you watch Donnie Darko last night?
I did not. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm
I did
so
not.
fucking disappointed.
No, bro.
in
I
you. I'm
got.
not
I
even
got.
fucking lie.
I have dogs that are not my dogs that I have to take care of right now.
So dogs are preventing you from watching a movie?
Yeah.
You know what my dogs would do if I watched a movie? They would lay down with me.
No, bro. These dogs are rabid. They have rabies and they be
They're-
every fucking.
They're rabid.
They're rabbits.
I'm disappointed. Look, honestly, this tattoo right here, this one is
Yeah.
from that movie, bro. that's how good of a movie it is that I dedicated a piece of my skin to that movie.
Very nice. I'll have to watch it. I know
So
I still have
good.
to watch it.
It's so good.
All
All
right.
right, floor is yours, Corpse. Go ahead, baby. Take it away.
All right.
Kick it off.
So for all the viewers, yeah, the usual Tuesday, we always pick a topic and we kind of take turns. Yeah, so today is my turn on the
My
mic.
turn.
And so, as you guys know, the topic that I want to cover are three different things, right? Which is money, right? Love, and sacrifices. And I'm kind of interested in the way that we all approach these three different things. Because one thing that I've noticed in Cisco, just because I've known you a little bit longer, but one thing that I've noticed about us is that we all have we have a peculiar way of how we navigate relationships, right? Like we spoke about red flags and spoke about this and spoke about that, which kind of drives me to think that we all have different approaches to our relationships. Then when it comes to money, right? Like you two work together. Cisco, I've worked with you. We've all been on our own career paths in our own time. And then sacrifices. Yeah, sacrifices not only materialistically, right? But there's also mental and emotional sacrifices that I think that people don't quite fucking tune in with enough. Yeah. So the first one I want to start off with is money. Yeah. How do you guys think, not just romantically, how does money affect the relationships that you hold currently, in the past? How do they affect those relationships? Hold on.
Okay, yeah. Preface this the right way, baby, because I'm strapping on the saddle right now.
How have they affected your relationships? And how would you have wished that they affected your relationships?
So what? Okay, let me ask you this. So when you say, this is an interesting question, because when you say like how they've affected your relationships, right? Is it like because you're making too much money, because you're not making enough money? Like, what do you pay for? What are you supposed to pay for? Like what do you mean by that question? I don't
So let's put it
understand
like this.
fully.
Let's put it in two ways. So the first way that I can think of it, right, is that money has affected my relationships with people because it made me see them through a different lens.
Oh, you're talking about relationships in general, not just like love relationships.
Yeah, not just romantically,
Man.
because I want to give it a broader sense, right? Like, so
Sure.
for myself, like, there was some people I just could not fuck with. I just can't fuck with you, bro. Like, and it's not because you don't have enough money. Sometimes it's because you have too much money. And sometimes too much money makes me feel, right, like there is a self-esteem thing there and like an insecurity thing there, but it also makes me feel like depending on how they act, right? Because this was a red flag for you, Cisco, was the way that somebody acts and interacts with other people is a telltale sign of who they are. And if you're acting a certain way with me or somebody around me, like in our friend group, just because you got some fucking money, bitch, I might rob your ass.
Whoa, what the fuck?
I was that guy once.
I might fuck around and rob your ass, bro. Like, you over here trying to flex your money on me right now, bro? Like, what the fuck? Like, how dare you? And
was
so
that
to
guy.
me, money, the ways that people handle their money or how they handle life when they have no money or how they handle life when they have too much money is big to me.
Okay, so this is that's a good. Okay, now I get what you're saying. So I was that guy. I was that flashy fucking. Because the way I grew up, I didn't have shit, bro. And I know everybody always says that. Oh, we didn't have shit. We didn't do this. We didn't do that. I was shopping at Payless. Like, I legit was doing all that shit. I was wearing a starter before starter was cool at Urban Outfitters. You know what I mean? Like, when you could get starter at fucking Walmart. And so my background, I've been working since I was 14 years old. I was like the first guy in the group to have money, first guy in the group to have a car. And so when I started like moving up, and I finally got into the car business at the age of, like, I think I was 19 or 20. and I started actually making checks, I was like, okay, this is what you see, right? The American dream where you start making fucking all this money
Mm-hmm.
and you start buying flashy shit. You got the nice watches, the nice chains, the nice all that shit. Like I don't even wear a chain anymore, bro. But it got to the point where I was like flying to Vegas every weekend, and I always had to make sure that everybody knew I had money. And it got to a point where I was like, "Oh, we having a party? Here's all the money for the party. Oh, we're doing bottle service. I got the bottle service this week. Oh, we're going out to dinner. I'll pay for dinner." But it got to a point where it's like I held myself to such a standard that one, everybody had to know that okay, if we're going out with Cisco, he's paying. But it did two things, right? It made me like too cocky. It made me too flashy, and that's not who I was. Like, you know what I mean? And the money started to change me, and it took actually one of my it took my son's mom. One time we were dating at the time, and she was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, this is not you." And that really fucking humbled me. But then I realized that once I pushed back a little bit, it was like it was meant, like it was expected every fucking time we went and did something.
Mm-hmm.
But then I thought back to myself, like, whose fault is that really? Is it my fault for being as flashy as I possibly was? Because, like you said, if you're flashy like that, somebody gonna get robbed. Or is it just okay? Cisco makes money, so if we're going out with him, I already know he's gonna pick up the check.
See,
You
bro,
know what I
right?
mean?
And one thing you were saying right now, bro, is like I heard Nipsey Hussle say was, don't. What was it? Don't don't provide an energy you can't maintain, right? Because people's loyalties switch up when their need for you switches up, right? And that's on God. That's on everybody. That's on anything, right? And so people can sit there and say, well, your friendship with me, I don't need nothing from you. I don't need nothing from you, right? Cisco, how many times have I ever asked you for money,
Never.
right?
No, never. You've never asked me for money. I don't
But
think.
you've put me on game though, right? With a job, right? And you've came to me as a friend and said, hey, Putch, man, need a spot to crash. Like, I got you, bro. Like, you know what I mean? No cash was ever, no back pays, no nothing was ever exchanged in between us, because the only thing I ever needed from you and we've ever needed from each other is friendship. You get what I'm saying? And so I feel like people come around, right, and they throw this cash at each other, or they throw their cash at these girls, their homeboys or whatever, and it gets stressful for them. Because after a while, like you're saying, like when you ain't got the bottle service, and when you ain't picking up the tab, shit gets
and
real
that's
furry.
and that's the other thing, right? It's like recently, like I had a buddy who just didn't have money for rent, and I don't really have money right now like that. But I threw him a bill, and I was like, "Here, bro." Like that's the other. Because I've come from making so much money to now to the point where I'm at that when somebody says like, "Oh, I'm making this dollar amount," before I would have been like, "What the fuck? That ain't shit." But now it's like you're making your money, bro. Like do what you have to do in order to make your money, maintain whatever you need to maintain. And even now, it's like I make a lot less than I was making before, like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like it's not even that big of a deal because I'm maintaining the rest of my life, and I've now realized that money really is not fucking anything to me. I need money to do shit that I want to do, but making the most money that's not a priority to me anymore at all. At all.
True.
So like throwing a bill to somebody, even if I have it, go ahead, bro. Like I'm not even expecting it back. Get it? If it takes you 6 months to pay me a bill back, cool. Like I'm not even tripping because if I got it, I got it. You got it. We're even. But that's the other thing, right? It's like you don't learn that experience until you actually have money. Because a lot of people can say, "Oh, the money's not gonna change me. Oh, the money's not gonna change me. It's just money." Blah blah blah. Fuck that. When you have money like that to fucking spend, I guarantee you it changes you. And then it takes somebody to knock you on your fucking ass to realize, hey, that money ain't gonna do shit, and you can't take it with you when you're gone.
Mm-hmm. Can't take it to the grave, baby. Can't take it to the grave.
What you think, Zero? my boy is regretting taking that edible.
My man's struggling, dude.
Nope, I got this. Chill.
My boy is regretting those 5 milligrams.
Ready? I got 5 milligrams of
Pure bliss, dude.
Pure bliss. Okay.
Bliss.
Okay. Listen. This is what I think. Okay.
You just play with your dick a little bit.
No, I got my hands on my.
Somebody
pocket.
rewind that back
Stop
and
it,
just
bro.
look at how he looked down and fucking shuffled his balls.
Just giggle and shuffle my balls, man. Okay. I've always tried to figure this out. Actually, serious mode. I always try to figure this out. I don't know why this is. I don't care about money like at all. I think if we lived in a, obviously this is like a super utopia reality
Here we go. With
where
the
like
fucking-
shit wasn't like you
where
didn't have to
AI
pay for
runs the
shit.
world.
Where AI runs shit, we could chill. First we wouldn't chill. We'd probably still be doing a lot of dumb shit. But if I think money. This is literally what money is. Money is just like a thing that you can trade to get things. That's literally what money is. And I think it sucks that it changes people, right? Because you could do certain things now. You have access to certain things, maybe certain situations and people that you wouldn't have had otherwise. So I think it like changes people for sure, like Cisco was saying. As far as it like how I see people, because the original question was like how I see people, right? With money, with less money, with more money, and how that affects relationships between me and them, right? Basically. It sucks. I don't know. I think I can't help but like look at people who I feel like when I look at people who have more money, I don't look at them any different from like somebody like me. I think there's just they did different things to get to where they are. But anytime that I look at somebody, I don't think like, whoa, this like super important. I think somebody's super important when they like think very differently or like have a lot of good reason on why they think what they think, and they've thought out so many different things of like I agree with XYZ because of A, B, C, D, E. He got like, he or she has it all figured out. I think that changes my view on somebody a lot. But if they have a lot of money and they're a cool person, that's sick as fuck. That's really cool. I could vibe with somebody like that. But if you have a lot of
times
money,
the cool people make a lot of money.
sometimes,
A lot of times.
I mean, a lot of times. I don't know. If
I would say a lot of times.
Well,
Personally,
generally, the more money you make, the higher you climb that ladder. Generally, you're less agreeable, and you have less of a friendly personality. Like, how was it that they said like it's like friendly personality traits? That's why like the Steve Jobs type personality is generally associated with success with men, and I'll just say with men at least. Is that generally that there is that correlation of more money means you're more of a dick type thing.
I have heard that, but then I've had people like Kaz, who we both know, who
Wonderful
had hella
man.
money and just was a fucking standout motherfucker. Like
God bless you, Kozakowski. God bless.
yeah, that's
Shout
that man changed my fucking life.
Mm-hmm.
But I see where you're coming from, but at the same time, I feel like people that have a good mentality, like I genuinely see you being in a very high position because of the way that you think.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I hope
I'm looking down at you because you're below me, but like I don't look down on you. You know what I mean?
Thank
No,
you.
but genuinely because of the way you think, and this is what I talked to Lauren about at work.
Oh shit! Look at me.
Oh, you like that? You like that shit, huh?
Like the fucking Brady Bunch.
You like that shit? Watch this. Watch this.
Oh shit!
Oh, there we go, boys.
But I was even when you do that, I gotta switch my fucking thing around. Are you keeping it like this?
You guys want me to switch it back? Hold on.
Yeah, can you switch it back? Can you switch me back to where I was?
Hey,
Okay.
musical fucking
right.
boxes now.
And
Yeah,
then
seriously.
I was where Damo was.
Oh boom!
right.
Here I'm back.
Okay, so the way I look at it is, and I was talking to Lauren about this, right? Is that when you genuinely have a care and love for other people and want to watch other people succeed and express your enjoyment of watching other people succeed, like you're going to succeed no matter what.
Yeah, I can vibe with that. When you
So-
when you have that feeling inside of yourself of like getting happy, genuinely happy for somebody else's success, it's like, yeah, that's big.
I want to agree, but
It doesn't take away the grind though. Like you still have to grind.
Oh,
you
you
can't just be
gotta
like,
grind.
"Oh, I love everybody. Oh, I'm gonna do good because I love everybody and I clapped when this person did good." Like that's not gonna happen. You still gotta grind, right? But if your grind consists of elevating others while you're elevating yourself. And I think we talked about this, right? It's not like a I'll meet you at the top type of thing. It's like a you're pulling somebody up and then pushing them up, and then they're pulling you up and then pushing you up. Once you get to that level of conscious thinking in your job, in your family, in your relationships with other people, friendships, like everybody is going to exceed the expectations that they had upon themselves because you're bringing them to a higher level of thinking, and that higher level of thinking shows whether you work at McDonald's, whether you work at Spectrum, whether you work at Sunrun, whether you work at Microsoft, whether you work at Apple. Like that level of thinking will make anybody succeed. And honestly, after today, I mean, Zero, you were there. After today, like there is no doubt in my mind because of the award that I was given. Like that philosophy works.
Whoa,
Hands
whoa,
down.
whoa, 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 whoa. Let's celebrate you real quick. What award did we get?
Oh, he got, you mean which awards?
Oh, which awards did my man get? Hold on, we're gonna take a
There's
second.
there's only one that's it's like deep in my heart, dog. I got the number one overall in my class for the last 3 months.
Yeah, bro, that shit was sick. It was good.
Clicking,
You
clicking,
did
clicking,
good.
clicking, clicking,
You
clicking,
did
clicking,
good.
click, 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 click. But yeah, no, but I mean, right? Like, and I didn't even sell the most. I didn't, like I wasn't the top salesperson, but I was number one overall based off of those qualities. And I genuinely believe that it was those qualities that and that's what I'm saying. Like this philosophy, it fucking works, bro. I guarantee you I will not be in the position at work or where I'm at right now in life in the next 3 to 6 months. I guarantee it.
Bro, like I was even telling the guys because I work on a fucking rooftop. For everybody who doesn't know, I work on fucking rooftops. Okay, installing solar panels.
How you
to
looking
give
at
you
me
a
when you
green-
say this, bro? You're looking at my soul right now. Holy shit.
But
That's why he's so ripped, bro. That's why he's so sexy.
I'll show you my dick, dude.
Whoa!
Don't
what
tempt me.
are we
Don't.
saying?
Hey, I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Oh,
Don't
Lordy.
don't get me worked up, bro. Okay, I'll get excited. But
Oh Lord, oh my God.
I would.
Hey,
like,
you can't
tell-
fuck with him right now, bro. He's
Nut,
under the
dude.
influence.
Oh yeah, he's
You're a
mad,
nut?
bro.
No, I said
Did he just say he was?
Allegedly.
No, I said he's about a nut, bro.
Oh no, I heard I'm about to nut.
No,
Somebody
no,
rewind
no,
that.
no, no, no.
Dude, but
I
I would
thought
tell these guys like all the time, man, like because there was a minute where I could not get promoted at work because of certain stuff with my driving record, whatever. And so
to
I was
California
training.
DUIs.
Yeah, shout out California penal system.
Penal.
Here you go
Just
talking
sorry.
about penises again.
That's what it's called, right? Though penal.
I
Yeah,
don't
the
know.
penal codes.
It's a
yeah.
penal
Penal codes.
code,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Thank God for you guys. But so I was training pretty much all the guys who were going to be my boss, right? So I'm training them. Now they're my boss. And I remember like there was times one of them would come to me. He's like, bro, I just, I can't do this as fast as you, and I can't do this as good as him, and da 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 da. I was like, listen, bro. Sometimes the team captain ain't always the best player. I was like, sometimes your team captain has got to be the guy to say, you see that roof? We're fucking getting up there. I don't know how, but we're about to do it. Let's do it. Or, it's 4 p.m. and we're broke the fuck off. And he says, come on, guys. Like, he's the one that could rally the fucking troops, get us going. You know what I mean? Get us back up on the roof. Let's close out this fucking job, guys. Let's show up on this Saturday. Come on, smiles up. Like, let's go, guys. Like, let's go get this fucking money. You know what I mean? And so, like, awards like that, bro, I think fit you perfect because, after working with you at Acura, I always remember like would be in the back fucking smoking cigarettes, like, oh, I just sold a car. Cisco was like, hey, go get another one then. When's the best time to sell a car?
Right after you
Bro,
sell a car.
You've said that shit. You've said that
Right?
shit.
I say that shit every time, right? I'm like,
say
hey,
it.
when's the best time to sell a mobile? Right after you sell a mobile.
Right
And
after
that's
you
the
sold
thing.
that
You
bitch.
know what's funny is that, okay, so I watched this speaker and he holds a very close place in my heart. His name is Simon Sinek. And he talks about why, Simon Sinek, right?
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
So he talks about why leaders eat last. And I'm not going to go into like the whole elaborate
I got that book.
story. You do?
I got
No,
the
you
book.
fucking do not have that book.
I got the book.
Bro, I pulled out a book last stream. He's pulling out a book now. We're all gonna pull out
I got
our
a book.
dicks.
I got a book. You want me to pull out my book? My
No.
book has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
What? Okay, yeah.
You want me to pull it out?
Sure.
I don't know. It kind of might ruin the podcast.
Well, if it has titties,
this
then no.
man really has
What's
the
up, Roxa?
fucking book. Okay, here's the real question though. Have you read that
I
book?
I agree with you, Kat. I agree with you 100%.
I got to.
That
I think
means
I still
no.
Have it, I think I still have it puppy eared. Matter of fact, I got to like the last, like third to last chapter.
Okay. So I have not read that book, and I have actually been wanting to read that book. So here's what
Hello,
Simon
everybody.
says.
Hello.
Simon says, "Put your hands up." Okay, so he talks about number one. He says leaders are like you cannot make leaders. Like leaders are, you can make leaders, but leaders are not created. They're born. Is the number one thing that he talks about. But he talks about. And he talks about this in the workplace, and it's very. I think it leads back to the money thing, right? Because, like, our bosses count on us to make money in order to make them more money, right?
Mhm.
And so, if we're not like, it's like how our bosses work, how like I wasn't Corpse's boss, but I made money based off of him making money. You know what I mean? Like, if he wasn't making money, I didn't have the opportunity to make money. So, and that's why, like you said, bro, like we would be in the back smoking cigarettes, and then all the sales guys would be back there smoking, and I'd be like, okay, guys, like funds up, like you just sold a car, okay, let's get back out there and go sell another fucking car. Get on the phones, pound it out. Who can we send emails to? Because the way it works is if you're not willing to sacrifice yourself, this is like it's not verbatim, but it's pretty damn fucking close. He says if you're not willing to sacrifice yourself for those that are quote unquote under you, then why the fuck would they break their back to help you?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he says leaders eat last, because he was at like a chow hall with the military, and he noticed that like the generals and shit would wait in the chow hall and wait for everybody else to eat, and then they would go get their food. And somebody asked them, why are you waiting last? Most of the time, the most prestigious people, they get their plate first. And he said, well, why? Like, these people have risked their life to make sure that I'm good. So why would I eat before them?
Mm-hmm.
And when I heard his explanation for that, it's like, yeah. And it comes the same, like it comes full circle, and it's the same thing. Even if you're on the same level as everybody, like, why would they respect you, and why would they look at you as a quote unquote leader personality if they don't think that you're right there with them doing the same thing, like taking off your shirt and being on the roof with them and doing all that shit? If you're not willing to do that and take overtime because somebody got sick, or drive somebody home because they don't have a fucking car, like if you're not willing to do that shit, then you don't have no leader qualities.
Mm-hmm. Dude, and like the thing,
that shit made me rock hard that you had that book, by the way.
What
like
the
that
fuck?
fucking,
bro. And there's a segment in the book where it's like talking about like there's this military, like there's this fight, right? Like there's this fight, and the guys are depending on the ground are depending on
the two planes.
the planes.
Yes. Okay. While you're talking about this story, because I know this story, I'm gonna use the restroom. But this is a fucking great story.
But the dudes on the ground, right, are like depending on this air coverage, man. They're depending on it, like, and I can't really remember exactly like how this whole passage goes.
Mhm.
But the thing is that like kind of stuck out to me was like I was thinking in my head like of being on the ground. Like if I'm on the ground and we're pinned down, bro, like we're in a bad fucking spot. Like I can't help but try to look over my shoulder to see the fucking cavalry, bro. Like, please, somebody come help us. Like, you know what I mean? And I think sometimes leaders aren't only the people like flying those jets. You know what I mean? Like, they're the people on the ground holding it down. Like, bro, we are digging our heels in this fight right now. And I'm just trying to hold on until you get here, bro. Like, that's my job. My job is to get these guys to hold on for the next fucking 10 minutes while you guys make your pass. Because once you guys make your pass, then I can make mine. You know what I mean? And so, like like that story is just so fucking powerful, dude, because it's like I think we get so caught up in just like, oh, these planes flew over, they helped kind of save the day, blah blah blah, but it's like, dude, those soldiers on the ground though, they're still doing their part too, like, and that's the shit that needs to be fucking celebrated. That's the shit that needs to be recognized, you know what I mean?
True.
Look at Zero. Zero's just like
Stop it, bro. Don't point it
Eyes
out.
low.
It's weird.
no,
listen,
but I mean, okay. So go ahead.
I was just gonna say I agree.
My guy.
No, I mean,
Sage words.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. I do wholeheartedly agree with everything you guys are saying. I think like one of the most important things about leadership is exactly what Cisco said. Probably what that guy says, because it seems like he has a lot of wise words. That Simon guy. Yeah, he seems like a cool guy. I gotta look him up. I think you've told me about this dude.
I have, and I have
Yeah.
plenty of videos to send to you when after you watch Donnie Darko. I will send you whatever Simon Sinek video you want me to send you.
I'll try, bro. I promise.
His
I'm gonna try.
video on Apple and the way that Apple sells its products is so fucking profound. Anybody who is trying to be any kind of entrepreneur, like you're trying to sell a fucking product, right, or some kind of service, that is something you need to watch.
He also talks about the different he talks about like endorphin, serotonin, and all the chemicals that are in your brain and how they all work and function in your day-to-day basis and how to use them properly and like shit like that. That video is one of my favorite fucking videos of all time because it just shows how people work in the long run, you know what I mean? And it also goes back to like a leadership aspect. And I know we're getting away from the money situation or the money topic, but I think that plays a part in it too. So if you want to make a lot of fucking money, just be fucking kind to other people and do things for them that you'd want them to do to you. Like your mama always said, right?
No, I don't think so, actually.
What?
Yep.
What?
Fuck that.
Okay,
Fuck
tell me-
everything I just said. I'm sorry. I just
No,
thought
if you
about-
disagree, I wanna
just
hear
thought
it.
About, no, I think a lot of people who do the right thing do get promoted into leadership, and it's great. But I can't ignore the fact that there's way too many instances where it's not about how hard you work. It's not necessarily about how cool you were with every interaction you might have had. It was more about, my
Who you
boss. I know that motherfucker. Like, we went out to a bar, we did this, we did that. We're like cool. That wasn't cocaine. I was just scratching my nose.
Oh yeah, no, y'all are cool. Y'all are cool. Bro.
We're hella cool. You know what I mean? No, but I think a lot of the times it's like I was cool with my boss, and that's kind of why I got this job. There was somebody else more qualified than me, put in more hours than me, did more work than me, but I got the job.
Wait, though. Okay, so let me ask you this. That's a good point. I agree with you. It's not about what you know; it's about who you know, right?
No, not. Oh, I guess yeah.
I mean, that's basically
Essentially,
what you just threw down for me, right?
essentially, yeah.
So, how did you become cool with this manager?
You were just
You weren't
cool
a
with them.
dickhead, right? Like you
Nah,
weren't
but
being
you
a
were just-
dickhead, though.
Yeah, but it speaks to like it's not always about would you take your shirt off to put it on one of your lower guys. It's sometimes just about like, yeah, I was cool with the manager. That's how I got
Sure.
here.
Okay, I'll put it to you like this, right? Say I was a manager at a location,
Sure.
and I know Corpse, and he was like, "Yo, I want to work where you work."
Mm-hmm.
I know him. We're cool. Do I think that he would put a shirt on my back? Do I think that he would be a good leader? Absolutely. So guess what? I know him. I will make him a leader where I work.
Sure, and that's I think your mentality is great, but I also like would hold on, give me a second.
Wait. Also,
thoughts
time out.
together.
On top of that, do you also think that the hardest working person deserves to be a leader? Like,
No.
just because you work
No,
hard,
no,
does
no,
that
no,
give you
no.
the quality of leadership?
Because sometimes the best
No.
player on the team ain't the team captain.
Sure, that's true.
Look
And
at sports,
but
right?
I think
the captain isn't the person that plays the hardest or does or makes the best plays.
sure, but
Sometimes they
I'm
are.
also making the argument that the person who is a better leader doesn't always get the job because they weren't the person who was closest to the head. Does that make sense?
True. That's true, and
I can see where
that's a
you're coming
law
from
of
on that.
power. That's one of the 48 laws of power, bro. Is to
Have you ever read that book?
No. But I just want to say really quickly too. I think it would be great if everybody had the mentality you have of like, I'm not only going to take into consideration that I like you, but I'm also going to take into consideration the job you're going to do and the fact that I'm putting my name on you. And are you going to make me look good? Or I love you, you're my friend, but are you going to go and dick around like we do?
I'm not putting somebody in a position of power
after
unless
the
they're
usual
fucking.
Tuesdays. I know you're not, but I'm just saying not everybody's like of that mentality. And I think that just happens in the workspace more often than we like to admit.
Sure.
And like, because in a perfect world, I agree with you that like every guy who would, or every guy or girl who would be in the front lines with you wherever you work, at McDonald's or the military, would be at the head and be doing the right thing. I think in a perfect world that exists, just not this one.
Yeah, I think to an extent, like now more than ever, we're starting to move away. Like, I don't know what the right word. I want to say nepotism, where it's like people were taking care of their family members and their close cousin and their brother-in-law all got jobs because I was the manager at Target.
Yeah.
You know, like, so I think traditionally as humans, we're kind of that way because we want our tribe to survive.
I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, good. Like, we want our tribe to survive type of fucking thing, but then...
Oh, he got gray sweats on, bro. He definitely showing you his dick tonight.
Dude, I'm trying to fucking see that thing, bro. It's a hanger. I know it is. Dude, for him to be like such a sweet guy, like so like soft spoken, dude, that thing's got to be a donk, bro. Like, there's got to be something going on with this guy where it's like, wow, like, wow, dog.
Oh shit!
Like, I'm just wacky. Like, you know, anybody who knows me knows I'm just fucking. I'm a weirdo. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm quiet until I'm not. And so for him, it's like, what you got? What you got going on there, dude?
You're hiding down there, dog.
What you got, bro? Just show it to me, and then I'll leave you alone, bro. I'll stop asking. Oh my god, I'm done. I'm gonna turn that shit into a shirt, like Damien. Show me your dick, just big in like old English letters.
With this fucking gray sweats on the front of it.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. But yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying. I agree where Damien's coming from as well, you know. And sometimes I've been told my whole life I'm too nice to people, and I think that that's really a fucking thing. But I don't know. I think a lot of the times those people that are in higher positions that get hired because they know somebody, I think they fail more often than not.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the people that really do deserve to be in higher positions are the people that deserve to be in those higher positions. You know what I mean? Like, if you're put in a higher position and you suck at it, you're probably gonna fucking fail.
Cat, we're talking about all jobs.
And with this job, like I got a job interview coming up. Well, I already splashed the first one. I got to get past the drug screening, and then I got to get past the fucking background check.
You're not smoking, right?
Allegedly.
What? What do you mean allegedly? What does that mean?
There is fake piss in the world, okay?
Allegedly.
And it works.
No.
Allegedly. I won't say the company's name. There will be no company names. But I'm gonna get paid some good fucking money, right? And like that's why I was telling you I might potentially move down towards San Diego, because that's a lot of my work will be in like LA, SD, Valencia. So, you know, whatever. I'll think about that later. But
well, hey, I got your first date lined up for you when you come down to San Diego. I'm just saying.
Stop it, bro. You can't keep calling her out every podcast, bro.
No, call her out. Who is she?
No.
Who is this
Hey, this is for a later conversation.
We actually can't. Not online.
I'll show my dick.
I'll show my dick.
I'll show my dick. Anywho, but the dude who helped me get the fucking job was one of my old managers, right? And me and him went out a few times, like as a group. You know what I mean? But bro, I never took a shot with this guy. I never nothing with this guy, bro. Like we maybe hung out at the bar top for maybe an hour or two, But he would go do his thing and I'd go do my thing. But when this job opportunity came around, he texted me. You know what I mean? So I think that
Is he a Mason?
no.
Mm,
No.
okay.
He's a diabetic. That's about it. That's the only thing we gotta.
That's how we categorize people now. Hey, yeah. Yeah, he has AIDS.
We gotta watch him, dude.
Have you seen that clip of that little kid? It's I think it's his sister is like, "Oh, I'm vegetarian," and then he's like, "I thought you were American." That should give me those vibes.
Oh man, but like,
Hey, that's good though. Hey, I'm gonna have to text you on the side about that.
but yeah. Let me know.
Because hey, think about it like this: you come to San Diego, we get a little area where we can set up where we're actually in person.
That'd be wild.
Dude, these will be nuts, bro.
That'd be way better.
These would be nuts, bro. And
then you could really press Damien to see his dick.
I'm
No.
telling you, in person, bro. Just do like
Hey, give him 10 milligrams instead of 5. Oh, the dick is
I
swinging all
promise.
night.
It's not. I'm just scared out of my mind at 10. I'm like, oh my fucking god, bro, we're in space.
He'll show you his dick out of fear.
oh my god, dude, just
That's
do
good,
a
Nate,
fucking
All right.
whole podcast with your dick out, dude. That thing would hit. It'd be a
Would it
hit.
hit?
OnlyFans. Yeah, hey, we would have to stream on OnlyFans for sure. I would only if I had an OnlyFans, I'd charge 50 cents.
That's crazy.
Dude, a penny.
Why the
Whatever
fuck?
we gotta do
Why?
to get Damien out there.
Why? Because I'm not showing my dick. I'm showing yours.
What the fuck? Why? My dick is worth more than 50 cents.
Yeah, but 50 cents from each of us. That's $1.50.
That's a lot.
I'm not taking $1.50 to show my $1.50, okay?
Hello?
I like
Hey,
that.
you got
got
$1.50. I got a
50%.
nickel. All right. Hey, you got way more than me pimping with those grades. So we saw you swinging when you walked in.
I'm talking about like one of those mini erasers. That one of those like dollar bill mini erasers when I'm talking
I
about
got the
$1.50.
tip of a pencil eraser.
Oh, no.
My shit pokes out like a pimple.
Oh man.
All right. So we talked about the money aspect, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we went into like leadership.
Mm-hmm.
So I think personally, based off of what you brought up tonight, I think with the leadership aspects and the money aspect, I think that sacrifice definitely goes into the core of what we were just talking about. So, I mean, I don't want to preface it because it's your topic, but like I said, I think that plays a huge part. So I kind of want to know where you're coming in when you talk about sacrifices, and is it just job related? Are you talking about within relationships? Are you talking about for money, or is it all of the above? And this has to be your final answer.
Wait,
So, so the way that like, because I brought them up, in that series in a way, right? Well, one, money. How is money affecting our life, right? How is this affecting my relationships, not only within my life, like my circle of friends, but how is money affecting the choices I make with the self, right? What am I doing with this money to affect the self? Then it goes into, right, love. And
Oh, love was the other one.
so love, and the reason why I'm bringing it up this way is because it's how is money affecting love, our relationships, right? The people that we're interacting with, the things that we love to do, boom, 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 right? And so now the reason why I want to tie it in like this is that sacrifice is essential. It's necessary. It is the common denominator in every single situation, right? The moment we wake up in the morning, we are sacrificing something of our life, right? Whether you clock in at 9 a.m., 6 a.m., 5 a.m., doesn't matter. You are then sacrificing your time of your life, trading it for this paper thing that we then trade for goods and services. So for me, right, again, with the relationships, with just like yourself, bro, like within your own life, like what kind of sacrifices, what would you say is like an easy sacrifice for you to make, whether it's like in the name of your friendships or in the name of, just being able to be more fiscally responsible, right? Like what things are you guys sacrificing to make those things all act like, what's a like all act in balance harmoniously. You know what I mean? That was a big. That was kind of.
I was
a little
gonna
bit of
say,
a
is this
mouthful.
in regards to like a love relationship, like between two significant others, or is it
It
So
can be.
let's say this, right?
okay?
There's a
Okay,
lot
so
of
we're gonna
people.
start with relationship status.
Let's take friends. Let's make it easy.
Okay.
Let's make it easy. So with friends, there's certain friends now that I cannot hang out with unless they have a job, right? And I'm willing to sacrifice that. I'm willing to sacrifice that time with you, fam, till you get your shit right. Right? Like I love you enough, bro, to stop picking you up. You're not gonna kick it at my house until 2 a.m. You're not coming in. No, bro. I got work in the fucking morning, my
I
dog.
feel like I know who you're talking about in this case, but
There's a lot of people, bro. There's a lot of people, and I seen it more as I started to get older, and especially once Elijah was born. It's like 9:30. I'm wore the fuck out, and these motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Posted at a house, Cisco, you know, and it's kind of like,
I gotta go back to the crib.
yeah, like
I gotta
go.
sleep.
Yeah, y'all gotta get the fuck out. My boy is sleeping. She's sleeping. I'm about to go crawl in this bed with them. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? So friendships, like an easy one, that's easy. That's easy for me. That's easy for me to not hang out with people during the
Wait,
stuff.
so are you asking what? I just want to, because I know Zero wants to answer, but I want to make sure that I'm understanding the question as well, so I can go based off of what he's saying. Are you asking what are you willing to sacrifice now in order to what?
Just to keep, because we're at the point right now, right, where it's like I was saying in the beginning, like we're all working these different jobs. Some of us have worked together. Like we're grown now. So yeah. So for right now, to keep
Well, some of
your
us are
shit-
grown. Some of us are still under
Stop it,
25. I'm
bro.
just
Why
saying.
I guess right now, then I guess is like, yeah, for now, like right now, to keep yourself in balance, where
To
you
elevate or to elevate. Is it balance or to elevate?
to balance, to stay balanced, and to elevate, right?
Okay.
Because you can't, like, yeah, because you can't go up if you're like dysregulated inside your own life, like, you know what I
Well,
mean?
even if you're balanced, you can't move up, right? Like, because you're just finding a way to balance instead of
Yeah,
teetering
to
the
push
scale.
forward.
And yeah.
Yeah. So I guess, yeah, one, to keep you balanced, and then what is a sacrifice I guess you're willing to make now, right now, to further, yeah, to advance. You know what I'm saying? So like, so for me would be one, to stay balanced is to keep a solid control of the people who are within my circle, right? Like control that. Like, don't let no squares up in my circle. Like, you know what I mean? Keep tight with the people I'm tight with. Boom, that's it. No, like, no new friends. You know what I mean? Except Zero.
Base.
What's
Let's go. I infiltrated, boys. Okay.
And what's something I'm willing to do to further myself? I guess is to like shoot my shot with making new, like, I don't want to say new friends, but new connections with people. You know what I mean? Like the managers. Take a second to talk to them a little bit more.
Wait,
know
but
what I
are
mean?
you keeping? So are you keeping your? I just because I feel like that's contradictive what you just said. So are you keeping your circle of friends and moving forward, still trying to make more friends? And by that you said no squares. So are you trying to make friends with people that have a higher thinking or similar thinking than you?
So like I was saying about the dude who got me this job, right? He was one of my old managers, but we weren't buddies like that. But he knew about my merit, right? He knew this was a hard worker. He shows up, he's on time, he'll stay late, boom, 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 boom. But me and him, we ain't friends. Like I will never get that fucking twisted. Me and Kaz, I used to serve him dinner. You know what I mean? We was never friends. Never friends. The managers I have now who I've worked with for damn near 3 years, we ain't friends, bro. You're my manager. We're cool. We're copacetic, bro, and got love for you, all of that. Got love for you. But we ain't friends. You know what I'm saying? I never want to get that type of shit mixed up, but I'm willing to I'm willing to extend myself to them a little bit more though. Show up when all the boys are going out with them. You know what I mean? Show up, post up. Like, you know what I mean? Pick their brain a little bit. See how they think about the business. What advice might they have? Right? But I ain't about to sit there and hang out my dirty laundry with this guy. You know what I'm saying? And
Read the room type of
I was
situation.
gonna say, but low key, this question sounds like more of who are you willing to bring in than what are you willing to sacrifice to your friends or loved ones.
Well, it's also who are you willing to lose, right?
Yeah, because you're going to lose some along the way too. You know what I mean?
Right, because
this has just got to do with just friendships, bro. Like this, we ain't even talking about like romantic love or just money in general. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is where I really wanted to get to, is because like I've really been having like talks with people about sacrifices that we have to make, you know, especially us as men, like the type of sacrifices we got to make. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that's a different course than like who are we willing to lose and what are we willing to lose. Like, okay, so back to I'm gonna just show what I mean by that, and I know Zero wants to talk, but give me a second. So I think who we're willing to lose is a lot different than what are we willing to lose or give up. Then, you know, because I think who are we willing to lose comes in an overall sense, and then like to go on the sex type of thing, like I think that men give up and sacrifice a lot more than this is personally. I think that men give up a lot more than women are willing to sacrifice and give up, and we do so at a higher rate than women do. But I think those two topics are tremendously different. Look at Zero. He's fucking.
I'm stretching
over there,
but I'm also getting ready to fight. I'm just kidding.
Oh, so you disagree?
I disagree.
So we're gonna make it a sex thing?
No, we don't have to, because I want to keep it on the sacrifice thing. I could just say really quickly why I disagree.
Okay, well, hold on. If you're gonna say why you disagree,
Go
we're
ahead.
gonna get into a whole tangent on.
Let's get it. Here we go.
I could just
let me go.
It'll be very quick, and then you can keep going.
It's not gonna be very quick because if you,
don't rebuttal. Just don't rebuttal.
No, okay.
Just kidding.
All right.
I'm just kidding.
Here's how we'll do it. If I feel that there is no rebuttal needed, I won't rebuttal because I have to go get more beer. So go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
Okay.
And wait. Preface what I said so I can make sure that you're verbatim saying against what I said.
Okay, sure. So the basis of what you said, right? The part that I started to disagree with mainly was that I know you said not to make it a sex thing. You said not to make it a sex thing, which I completely don't want to do. We can move past this if you don't want to rebuttal. You said not to make it a sex thing, but men sacrifice more than women on average, and they do it at a higher rate. That's what you said.
Correct.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I will look. I stand by what I just said.
Okay. I think men get rewarded for their sacrifices at a higher rate than women's. Okay, chill, relax. I'm about to qualify.
Hold on, let me put the mic up.
I'm about to qualify this with the fact that I'm not even trying to be a simp. But the thing is that I'm not trying to be a simp for women is what I'm trying to say. I'm not rebuttaling just to rebuttal. So, I think on average, a lot of society recognizes a lot of the men's sacrifices, the shit we do in war, the shit that we do in different jobs, the fact that we have a higher rate of death because of jobs, the fact that there's so many different things, right? Death rates, everything. Suicide rates, death rates.
The amount of divorce that comes from women instead of men. The amount of money that is shelled out because of divorce, because from women to men, the amount of child support.
Okay, wait, but that doesn't really go into the sacrifices. Those are just the consequences of certain actions.
Mm-hmm.
Is it not? Go ahead, bring the mic down. What do you mean?
Hold the fuck on. How are you going to say that that's a consequence? If I, as a man, ask you to marry me and then you decide that you want to divorce me, why the fuck should I pay you? If you said that if you agreed to having a baby with me, right, and you had a baby with me, why the fuck should I pay you half the child support when we have 50-50 agreement? I still have to pay you. I take care of our child 50% of the time. I should be able to pay for what I have the child 50% of the time, and you as an adult should be able to pay the other 50% of the time. So why is that a consequence Why is that a consequence?
I shouldn't have said this shit because I'm not in the state of mind.
But I'm just saying, like, what I'm saying
it's
is
a consequence, but
it's
there
a
was
consequence
two willing
that I asked
adults who knew what the ramifications of having this child and deciding that they were going to hook themselves onto two people who for better or worse had to have stayed together. The actual system that exists right now, you know this going in because we're grown adults. We all know that there's certain things that men are going to have to pay due to the women's
that is a sacrifice.
No, but the
reason you just said based on the woman's sacrifices.
Yes, that's why we pay. That's why we pay child support. That's what that is. What did the woman sacrifice?
What did the woman sacrifice?
So the woman, I think on average, typically, they have the child for more time on average. This is why child support even exists. And I don't know if it's on average these days or if it's on average prior, and that's why the law works out the way it does. Because on average, men make more money, so that leaves as a default that women make less money.
Wow! I don't understand how this is a consequence to you, Damien. Well, this is blowing my mind right now.
You're taking the fact that I'm saying consequence, and I don't know if you're thinking about this in a bad way. Consequences don't always mean bad things. It's just A happened. No, A happened, so B happened. That is a consequence.
So that's what I'm not understanding right now, right? You said that that all those things are not men sacrificing; those are all consequences. Mm-hmm. So did that man not sacrifice everything? Because where are the woman's consequences?
When you say sacrifice everything, what does that mean?
Well, if I get married to you, then I have to understand that in the back of my mind, my marriage to you could account to my consequences of giving you alimony. Even if you're the one who decided to divorce me, alimony, child support, you get half of my shit. Why? Because I'm the man.
Consequentially,
how am I not sacrificing?
Consequentially, you didn't sign a prenup. They exist. We all know what they are. And if that's so important to you, that the fact that you splitting up, no, you just have to take it into account. If you splitting up, if there's even an iota in your mind that, you know what, if we split up, she might take half my shit. That's just a reality. And you're not like, hey, you know what? I think we should get a prenup.
That is my sacrifice in marrying you. That is my sacrifice.
You can't have the
sacrifice. I am willing to take
Then you can't also use it as like a oh, this isn't fair. When that is the sacrifice.
How is it fair though?
It's not fair. But if it's a sacrifice, you don't get to say it's not fair.
Why not? If I'm sacrificing, it's not fair, but I have to do this in order to progress.
No, you don't.
In order to do that,
I'll say this.
You don't have to do that.
I'll say this.
In what world in America do you have to do that?
Sacrifices are not fair.
Yes, but you can't complain about it when you decide to.
No, nobody said anything about complaining. We didn't bring complaining into this.
No, but check it out. So back in the day, right? So let's go way back in the day. If we sacrificed, 100 fucking cattle for good rains for the harvest,
or for Satan.
So we might sacrifice these cows, maybe a kid or two, whatever, right? Then,
wait.
He threw that in there so nonchalant.
Then if we don't have a good harvest, we're going to look at ourselves and say, what did we do wrong?
Exactly.
Right. We're going to say, what happened here?
I don't know if you're backing me. Wait, hold on. Because Cisco's gone. He has to hear this part.
But do you get that? Do you get that reference?
I do. If I'm understanding you right, do you agree with me then? Is it like if I... Okay, sorry. You can answer. Sorry.
So I'm going to agree partially because I think that there is a sacrifice that we are both making. Let's take it from the top, right? Because it seems like we're kind of trying to take a traditional stance on how this relationship is going, right? So let's say man meets woman, man proposes to woman. He is then at that moment sacrificing a lot, right? He is saying that my trust in you and my faith in this relationship is greater and not equal to, right? And not equal to these other doubts I may have, these other risks that I am taking. you still can't help but wonder that if something was to go sideways
Sure.
at no fault of my own,
Sure.
what would we question, right? Because just like a sacrifice of 100 cattle that did not lead to a harvest, you would say, what is wrong with my tribe? What is wrong with my prayer? Why has God frowned on us, right? So there's a consequence to this action. I'm not saying, if you guys all huddle around a fire and cut a goat open, that you're going to have good rains. But if that was true, it would lead me to say, what did I do wrong? Is there something wrong with my shaman? Was there something wrong with my goat? Is there something wrong with my tribe? Is God just frowning on me? Right? Like why are these consequences happening to me? So I think to say, hey, we're making this sacrifice as men, right? When especially, like I said, if we're taking a traditional step towards this whole thing, we are sacrificing our livelihood by taking a woman as our own, right? In marriage.
Wait. When you say livelihood, what does that mean?
Or like
Half your shit.
No.
money.
No. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, your money, your home,
Okay.
your cars,
Sure.
your property, right? Like now can become hers, right?
Unless
Like
you sign a prenup.
But the thing is that is true. It's I don't understand the world
You
where
just
we
admitted
can.
that it's sacrifice then. Like, I don't understand what the argument is here.
I
that is
think where
sacrifice.
women make a sacrifice right now, this is where I can get 0, right? But it's hard for me to compare because there's both sides of this. There's both sides of everything where a woman does sacrifice a lot.
And that's not what I'm not saying that women don't sacrifice anything, by the way, Zero. Like, don't get it twisted. Women sacrifice a lot.
Okay.
A lot.
Oh, that's what I was
I'm,
coming
not,
from.
I'm not saying women don't sacrifice anything. And that's the thing, right? It's like you're not listening. What I said
What?
is men
Bro, I tried to say
sacrifice a
verbatim.
lot. Yeah, but I'm saying men sacrifice more than women. That's not saying that women sacrifice
I think
zero.
it's hard.
I'm just
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just restating. I'm not saying that women sacrifice 0. What I'm saying is men sacrifice more than women. On average.
I think up front, yes, I can agree to it. I can agree that up front, men have to make a larger sacrifice and a bigger investment into a relationship, a long term. Let's just say this is an honest woman. So no worries of cheating or anything, extracurricular. I think up front, we are making a bigger investment and a higher sacrifice, right? Because generally the woman is going to move in with us. Generally, traditionally, right? Woman moves in with man, right? So if we were to marry, I am now leveraging my house, my livelihood, everything I have against this promise that you're making to me. Right.
Yeah, and on that note, think about it. Why does the man have to ask the father if they can marry their daughter? Because he needs to make sure that he can provide everything for that child and the child that child is gonna have. That is a sacrifice.
Are we basing this all off of traditional back in the day?
What else do we have to base that?
What do you mean? These types of relationships are not these days. That's not what happens these days.
That is first of all, that is the most ideal relationship to have still to this day. And second of all,
who though? It depends on who you're talking to.
Now we're talking about one-offs though. We're talking about the majority of people. So you're telling me, okay, let me ask you right now. When you go to ask your girlfriend to marry you, you're not going to ask her father for the blessing? Or you're just going to be like, hey, let's get married and let's fucking go elope.
No, but the thing is, no, I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd elope. I'd have a conversation with her because I'm going to marry her. And like, I'll probably talk to her parents about it, sure. But I think I'm going to talk to her first.
Of course you're going to talk to her first.
Yeah, but it's not in my head to be like, I need to ask her father for consent. I'm gonna talk to both of them about what the plan is, but it's not very much consent. It's more just telling them what's gonna happen. Like telling them like
that's an issue.
Like I have plans. But the thing is I feel like today I have enough relation with her parents to be like, I know I don't necessarily need your approval because I already have it. I've proven it throughout the years. I've had time with you. I've had time with her. I've shown you I'm respectful. I've done X, Y, Z. I should have not implied like consent, like go for it. But I feel like I did the time and I showed you everything that I have to offer. At this point, I'm just telling you what's going to happen. And then if like you really do have a problem with it, you're going to tell me, and then we can hash it out. But otherwise, your daughter is gonna be my wife. You know what I mean?
That's the issue. I feel like that's such a lack. And I'm not. This doesn't change the way I view you at all. Like, okay,
I don't think.
But I feel like that is such.
Quick, I hope that like everything that we.
No, we'll never. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
we're always gonna be
cool,
good.
Cool,
we're always gonna be good. I promise you. That's the beautiful thing about podcasts and being adults is that we can talk about this and disagree. But
don't
based
get them
off
started on feminism, dude. Don't get them started.
Bro. No.
Based off of what you just said, there is so much lack of respect that I see from that. Like that, to me, I think that's absolutely horrible. And I don't even have a daughter. I have a son, you know, but I think that there is so much lack of respect and lack of quote unquote authority that is absolutely horrible, in my opinion.
Wait, why?
And
I'm
because
curious.
those people raised that, okay, and I'll show you the back and forth where I think we would go back and forth here, right? Those people raised that child to believe in what she believes in. And to make her life the life that it is now, right? And to now be on the same wavelength and level as you are and respect you as a man and just enjoy, not even as a man, as a partner, you guys enjoy yourselves. You've been around for a couple of years. Great. But for you to sit there and say, I'm going to talk to her about it. And then I'm going to go up to them and pretty much tell them what's going on. And if they have an issue with it, well, then like, okay, I'm just telling you what's gonna happen, and if you have an issue with it, then we can hash it out later. But I'm telling you what's gonna happen.
Well,
like
now
that's an issue.
I want to flip this because none of what you said is gendered. Why is it not disrespectful the other way around?
What do you mean?
Nothing of what you just said is implied to be the role of the man. It's just kind of like a respect thing. It seems like you've said nothing.
It is implied. It is absolutely. Well, I was trying to make it not gendered for the sake of the argument.
I'm just saying why doesn't it work backwards?
Okay, well then, how many times do women ask men to marry them? Whose job is it to ask to marry the other person? The man's, right? Traditionally. Right, but
if a woman was
job
to ask me for my hand in marriage,
exactly,
I would
you better make sure you talk to my mom.
You better talk to my moms. You better
really?
go ask her.
What?
You better go ask her.
No chance.
You better go talk to her.
I just don't think. I guess I just don't think it's disrespectful. Maybe I'm gonna get cussed the fuck out.
Check it out. And I'll say it like
this: girls who have more assets or money and has to sacrifice their livelihood to move forward with a man and to eventually sacrifice their body to bear the family children. Now we're talking about one-offs. First and foremost, because there is this many women asking men to marry them. Let's be fucking real, right? Mm-hmm. Because we're talking about traditional, right? You literally said who is still doing things traditionally. On the larger scale of things, men are still asking women to marry them, right? It is a job.
Married or traditionally.
And think about it. Even when it comes around to like marriage and buying the ring, I gotta make sure I have a ring that's 3 times my salary. That's something that we all know. Like, we all know that. Why do we know that? Because it's traditional to do those things. Women pick out their rings. Men don't traditionally pick out their rings. You know what I mean? Like, this is something that you have to understand. Yes, the times are changing, but there are still going to be things that sit around traditional values and the core of how the fuck we've done things. And even after all that is said, at the end of the day, the man still sacrifices more. And that's like... show me a way that a man does not sacrifice more than a woman, and I will agree with you or I'll disagree.
Okay, you can't say one way, and then I can't pull out childbirth, and you'd be like, well, you know what I mean? It's different.
That is the
childbirth. Absolutely. You're absolutely right.
Bro. No, I'm just saying.
No, but this is the thing.
But what happens? What about when your wife can't have kids?
Can't have kids. When she
Where's the sacrifice?
Wait. But we're acting like childbirth is like a one and done. Like, they're good. Like, they're 18 now. We're good. Do they not like sacrifice? And because majority of men are going to work making the bread and everything, there's a
who pays for that kid's college tuition?
Yes, but
who pays for that kid?
Isn't the only thing that's burdened to somebody as like a sacrifice. A mom does a lot of a lot of work sacrifice nowadays as well, does a lot of emotional sacrifice, does a lot, so much. And because men are typically, and this feeds into like the reasons why the suicide rate is higher, is because men are not emotionally as adept as women on average. I would say we fucking kill ourselves way more because we feel like we have nobody to talk to. Huh?
Why do we feel that we have nobody to talk to? How did this conversation get to where the fuck we're at? I like it, but why do men feel like?
But there's a lot of different answers to that, though. There's like internal.
There's one main reason.
Tell me, what's the main reason?
Women.
What?
That is the common denominator.
How?
They are the common denominator on why men can't express themselves. And this is great, right? Now we're starting to get into the world where mental health, especially for men, is more of an awareness thing, and it's great. I fucking love it. But on that same token, right, as a man that deals with actual mental health issues, the fact that mental health has become such a broad thing, people use it more as an excuse than they do as I don't want to say coping mechanism, but as a reason for other people to listen to them. And this is an issue. And I've said this because you know how many kids are being diagnosed with ADHD now, misdiagnosed for that shit?
I have to pee.
Go ahead. Go pee. Woo! You got me on a sick one, baby.
I will say this, right? Is that I don't want to say that women are going without their sacrifice, right? Because I can't.
And I'm not, again, for Damien's community, for Putch's community, this is what you have to understand. Listen to what we're all saying. I'm not saying that women do not sacrifice a thing, because women sacrifice a lot. Mm-hmm. And this is I was having a conversation with a young lady at work about this. And this is the issue now in these days, is that they'll hear something and they'll immediately think that you're on the opposition. Like, I'm not saying that women do not sacrifice a lot, because they do. And I love women, and they do so fucking much, and they deserve so much. That is not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that men sacrifice more than women do. That's all I'm saying. I'm not putting women down. I'm not saying like, hey, we should pay them less. Hey, we should, fuck them. They should lick our boots. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that women do not sacrifice anything at all.
Wait.
Coming in hot.
I'm sorry, I'm just kidding.
No, okay. Well, this is what I was saying. I was just saying to my community, to your community, to Putch's community. I just want to say that I don't want to be misunderstood in saying that women do not sacrifice anything. And I think that is the common thing when conversations like this come up. Just because I'm saying that men sacrifice more than women do, I'm not trying to put down what women sacrifice, because I do feel like that women sacrifice a lot. They do a lot. I have a son with a woman who she does a lot for my son. She does a lot for me. She does a lot for my son. She does a lot for herself. That's not what I'm saying. At the end of the day, all I'm saying is that men traditionally and on average sacrifice more than what women do. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that women don't sacrifice. I'm not saying, oh, that's what I was telling Corpse right now. I'm not saying, oh, women should be paid less. Women should do this. Women should lick our boots. Like, I'm not saying that. Women do sacrifice a lot. We as men traditionally and economically, everything, sacrifice more than women do. That's what I'm saying.
See, I knew this conversation was going to end up here, right? I knew. I didn't know when.
Right. I shake my fist at you.
He wants the clip.
But my thing is this, right? Is like, so what if we're going to talk about sacrifices with people, right? Let's remove money.
We went from friends to this shit.
Let's remove money. Let's remove anything tangible like that on that level. Sure. And now let's talk about fucking sacrifices, right? Because my big thing, and this was something that like I kept coming across it on Twitter, and I don't know how I ended up on this like part of the algorithm, was like everything in life requires sacrifice. Everything. There's nothing that goes without somebody sacrificing every good that we have, everything we eat. Everything comes at the price of something fucking else, right? And so what do you guys think, right, are important sacrifices, like to kind of keep it pushing too, right? Like what are important sacrifices that you think people can kind of start taking into consideration on a day-to-day basis so that we can have healthier relationships, right? Like me, like I think one of the first sacrifices that people need to start understanding is that this world does not revolve around you, right? Like, and it's not to seem like demeaning, right? But like somebody's going through their own fucking shit, dude. Like, don't take what they're saying to fucking heart, bro. Like, because somebody else is going through their own shit, and your job's not to help them get through it, but just sometimes just to be there. You know what I mean? And that kind of like ties in with how I was saying sacrifices in certain relationships. It's like, bro, sometimes I might need to distance myself from people while they get their life together because I can't be a part of that energy. I can't be around it. Like, you know what I mean? Can't be around it, or maybe I just don't want it around me.
So you never know. Distancing yourself from them could do more for them than it does for you, essentially, as well.
That too. So again, what kind of
Go ahead, Zero. I'm not gonna attack you, bro. I promise you.
What kind of
Don't bring sex into it.
I wasn't even worried about you attacking.
That'll be all of me as shit, dog.
Well, let's run it. All right, I'm high. I don't give a fuck right now.
Hey, this might turn into the fucking Zero Save debate show here in a second.
Listen,
Yeah, it got there. It got there for a
So
second.
men and women, no.
I still love you though. I still love you.
I do
just
too,
hope
bro.
you-
Yeah,
all
I don't think.
love. It's all
I don't know. I don't take it. I don't think you're
I don't
attacking.
think the way that you. I don't think the way that you think is wrong.
No,
It's
and
just
I don't think you're necessarily.
not what I agree with.
Yeah, me too. I don't think you're a bad person.
Hey, if you want your girlfriend, to propose to you, by all means.
You know what? Damn it, she'll be on one knee tomorrow. Okay, if that's what I want. Damn it. No,
All right, but go ahead. Go ahead. Continue with what Corpse was saying.
Now you're gonna make me remember. Give me 1 second. He was talking about sacrifices within relationships that are not sexual. And talking about basically how damn bro, I gotta focus right now so hard.
What are some necessary sacrifices that you think people
Within
can
friends.
start making?
Okay.
Within
Like in
friends.
general?
Let's say friends. Let's keep it on friends and relationships.
Oh yeah. No, I mean just like a general advice that I would say I try to abide by.
Mm-hmm.
At least something that I've been trying to do more is I've been trying to notice who is interested in seeing me and being like, okay, well, I'm really gauging right now how people are interacting with me when they don't necessarily have to, if that makes sense. Are they like coming back with some like, I don't know, just some like negative energy on some like, why didn't you talk to me? Or just like kind of mad about something when they come talk to me. Or are they like, yo, I was thinking about you, like, let's go get some burgers or let's go, like, I got you a drink, whatever. Or not even like giving me gifts, just like, I just wanted to come chat and say what's up. That's it. And I've been trying to make sure that I'm reciprocating energy, at least I'm trying to, that people would give me, and not reciprocating energy that I wouldn't want to make somebody feel like if somebody's negative to me, I'm not going to be negative to them. I just probably won't talk to them. Like, it's just kind of
Okay. On that statement right there, though, if somebody's being negative to you, though, does that give like is that the automatic like cue to stop fucking with them?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking either one of y'all. Whoever wants to answer the fucking question.
I think it depends, dude. Like, what is like when they're being negative to me? If they're like speaking on my own life, like me, my life.
Depends.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going based off of what Zero just said, right? Like,
Well, because
if there's negativity.
What I mean by that is just like, well, first I would see if like, are you going through some shit? Because if you're going through some shit, like the negativity is warranted. And
and that's what I'm saying. Like, if somebody's coming at you negatively, are you like, whoa, chill?
No. Not just negative energy. I just mean like, if you have like a view of maybe like people in general pretty negatively, like, there might be deeper things, right? There might be like, if I didn't know you, Cisco, right? Or, and you came to me, right? And you're like, bro, I fucking hate the people who work at the cafeteria. They're slow as fuck, whatever. So like you list off like 5 things, right? And I'm like, damn, this guy's pretty negative. Like, what the fuck? And about some mundane shit. Mundane shit is like the thing that tips me off a lot. Is like when it's mundane. Like I think I talked to this woman who was mad that her shit didn't work at
Why
her
are we talking
second
about
home.
Mondays?
Huh?
No, I'm just.
I talked to this lady who was mad because her shit didn't work at her second home. And I'm like, bro, you're blessed to have a second fucking home. What the fuck? And then I was like, and like some shit doesn't work. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, it'll be 2 seconds. We'll be good. Okay, don't worry about it. When people are mad about mundane shit like that, I don't know. It's not automatic because, like I said, I want to dig to find out like, are you okay? Because if you're not, then like we could talk about it if you're comfortable talking about it. But if you are and you're kind of just shitty, then like I'm not gonna be shitty with you. I'm not gonna be shitty to you. I'm just not gonna be. I don't know. I just don't.
But that's what I'm saying. Where is your meter on that though? Like, how do you gauge that? How long does it take to gauge that?
I feel like I'll get a gist. It's not like a specific number, but like if I talk to you once, it's like okay, maybe that was a one-off. But if I see you the next day, that's like okay, maybe it was like he's having a bad week, right? Then I see you the next week. And it's on the same shit that I'm like, okay, well, maybe like I'll give you one more shot. And if it's like a month later, one, you're either comfortable enough to tell me what's going on, or I hope you have somebody comfortable enough to talk about what's going on, or two, you're just kind of this way, and I'm.
That's what I'm saying.
Not
Like,
the guy.
are you going to go out of your way to be like, hey, what's going on, bro? Like, you seem a little negative. You know, like if you came up and you were negative for a week.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, damn, this motherfucker is negative. Like, he was talking about how the fries are cold at the cafeteria. He hated how much there was no parking in the parking lot. And like, you just yapped about all this negative shit. And I didn't come up to you and was like, hey, yo, D, like, what's going on, bro? Like, you good? Like, you just seem a little off lately. If I didn't do that, but you kept talking about negative shit for the next month, is it okay for me to be like, oh, yeah, this motherfucker is just a negative Nancy?
No, but I think
did I really go out of my way to be like, hey, yo, like, what the fuck is going on with you? Like, are you good? And for you not to be like, you know what, bro? Like, I'm really having a hard time. I have to live at my so-and-so's house for the next month. Like, I'm really having a hard time. My car, the bottom panel, I went to the fucking oil shop and they didn't put my shit on right. They said there was some screws loose. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that's the difference, right? It's like, how can you really sacrifice somebody if you didn't do what you needed to do in order to make sure they were good?
But the thing is in my head, right? If I've like I try to think about this like pretty
because we're talking about friendships and relationships, right? Like we're not talking about like the oddball motherfucker that
no,
sits
but
I
feel like the even just what you said was like kind of based off of strangers. When I'm talking about people who would kind of general like I'm trying to think. You and me, right, Cisco? We met this year. We've known each other for as long as we've been working.
3 months. Which I think is a great amount of time to like.
But at month one, the first week we didn't like say anything to each other. The second week, but we were like in the same vicinity, right? Eventually, I feel like by month one, if I was like pissed off every day, if I was super ass negative, I feel like you would ask me, and I would do the same to you. I feel like you're.
I would or I wouldn't.
That you would.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
I would ask you on day one.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. As far as like, I don't know if I'd be comfortable asking somebody on day. Maybe I would jokingly like if they were super negative, I'd be like, "Bro, you okay? Like, what the fuck?" It really just depends on the vibe, but, but I think I would dismiss somebody after month one, and I've already taken this into account of like, at month one, I'm comfortable enough with you if I'm seeing you like every day at least for 20 minutes, 10 minutes. And you come up to me and you're just hella, huh?
5 days a week, right?
Yeah, like 5 days a week, right? We work together. And let's say we spend our break together, 15 minutes, one break, right? If I see you every day, or even most days, 4 or 3 days out of the week, at the 1 month mark, I've already said, "Are you okay? Like for real? Like you're coming in here every day, like super pissed. Stop ordering the fries, maybe. I don't know. Like I have no idea, bro. Like chill. Are you okay for real?" At that point, I think I've already taken that. Like, I'm already doing that. And after that, if they're like, yeah, everything's fine. Everything just fucking sucks. And if they say some shit like that, then I'm like, oh, okay, well, I don't know if I want to be in that area.
Sure. But I think that's what I was kind of leading towards is like, did you do your part prior to the sacrifice? Right? Like, because sacrifice is necessary. But I feel like if you're just like, you know, throwing them away like a fucking wet napkin in the rain. Like, you didn't do your part, and I don't think that's really a sacrifice. Sacrifice is when you genuinely, like, when it genuinely hurts you to do something, when you genuinely are missing a part of you or a daily routine or something that you are so used to that you're getting rid of whatever it is that's, whether it's toxicity, whether it's mentally draining, whether it's whatever. Like, that is what a sacrifice is, in my opinion. When it plays a daily role in whatever you're fucking doing and you finally have to get rid of it, or you're finally like, you know what, man, like, I've had enough. This is the case. I think that's what an actual sacrifice is. I don't think that, like, 1 month of, hey, are you good? Like, I don't think that's, does that make sense what I'm trying to say?
But even the now, this is my thing, right? And this is what makes it hard for me, is because I definitely do have like the trauma response of being a healer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when people come to me with their problems, I try to listen and I want to give the best advice. Woo woo woo. And sometimes it's detrimental to ourselves, right? Because like I'm like, I get the point where it's like, maybe this guy's just having a rough couple days, man. He's just going through some shit. Let me keep tapping in. But there's also a sacrifice in that, bro, because we're given this bandwidth to this person, and whether it's for an hour or 2 hours every day, I have became so much more conscious, and this is why I love this podcast. I'm trying to become more conscious of what I listen to on a day-to-day basis. Because if you listen to gang rap all day, every day, you're going to want to do some gangster shit. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you listen to motivational podcasts every single fucking day, shout out Usual Tuesdays, you're gonna want to do some like motivate. Like, you're gonna be
Cool name drop.
motivated. Like, and if you listen, like, if you went to sleep for 2 months straight listening to Spanish, motherfucker, you gonna be bilingual by the end of it. Like, what you consume through your ears is powerful. So listening to somebody bitch and moan about the same fucking thing every day is not good for my bandwidth. My staff meeting, the staff meetings that I have in my head alone is too much. Like, the conversations I have up there with myself is too fucking much to be listening to your bullshit, dude. Like, we've all had friends, like, and I don't mean to speak disparagingly, but we've all had friends who were in bad relationships for way too fucking long, and we hear them bitch about it for way too fucking long.
It's Thursday. I'm just saying.
And I'm saying,
Wait, what?
and they bitch about this relationship for way too fucking long, and you say, dude, I don't want to hear about it no more. And then after a while, you either remove yourself from that conversation, or you got to remove yourself for the sacrifice, so that you're not sacrificing you, right? Them is second. You give me, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like sacrifice, like what are we really willing to sacrifice, bro?
Yeah, I think sacrifice is just such a broad spectrum of like what you're willing to do on what,
and it works
like,
so many ways.
It does, man. It's like, because, I mean, it could relate back to the money thing, right? And this, like, I sacrificed the money that I was making because of my, and this is tying the other one, my love for my child. There you go. See, look, sacrifice money, love. Sacrifice my money for the love that I have for my child because I want to spend more time with him. So I understand where you were trying to make this full circle. I just feel like the sacrifice portion of this is just, we sacrifice so much shit, right? Like you said, I wake up at 6 a.m. because I have to be at work at a certain time, so I'm sacrificing my sleep. And by the time I get to work, I'm sacrificing the time that I could be doing something else because I'm getting the money that I could get while I'm working, sacrificing what I'm doing for this. By the time I get off work, I go pick up my son, but I'm sacrificing the time that I could be at the gym or working later jobs so I could be making money. Like, it's literally just all in limbo and finding a balance, like you said. But unfortunately, when you find a balance, you are no longer exceeding or superseding what you need to be, what you believe that you should actually be doing. That's the fucked up part of everything. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, so many people in the world are looking for balance. But if we find balance, then you become stagnant. You know what I mean? Like, and if you're stagnant, then how the fuck are you exceeding or what you're trying to eventually get to? You can't succeed.
I'm gonna disagree a little bit.
Okay.
Wait. No, sorry. Not disagree.
Round two, baby. Round two.
Not disagree. Wait, maybe
This
I
is what
will
you meant
be.
about
I
fighting,
don't
huh?
know.
This is what you meant about fighting?
Love it.
Yeah.
Damien walks up to me the other day. He says, "Hey, what would it take to get you to fight me?"
It wouldn't
And I
take
said,
much,
"Look."
obviously.
I said, "Look, I don't want to fight you." And I was like, honestly, it would. I probably wouldn't fight you because I'd probably beat the fuck out of you. And I'm not
Those
saying that
crazy
Damien can't
statements.
win in a fight, but unfortunately, I don't believe that he could win in a fight against me. Can you win in a dick size contest? Absolutely. You probably have a long
That'd
schlong
be
hanging
kinda
in those.
hanger.
Okay, what are you gonna say, dude? Go ahead, Zero.
What were we talking about? That I
Balance.
disagree with? Balance.
That you cannot
Oh,
exceed. You cannot exceed and supersede what you have if you find balance.
I think a lot of the times, and this is obviously a double-edged sword to some degree, right? I think a lot of the times, especially these days, there's a lot of pressure on superseding than to find a balance. And I think balance is, I'd say for most people, way more important than superseding. There's
Balances.
yeah.
Okay.
Because if everybody was balanced, obviously not everybody can be balanced. That's why we have like innovators and things like that. They're not fucking balanced at all, but they're like wired way differently. That's why we got Steve Jobs and shit like that. But if people are balanced overall, I feel like that would make a really great society. But people aren't on like so many different levels other than just like job to like societal relationships. I'm losing the plot just a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
A little bit. You're losing me here.
Sorry. It's hard. Somebody else talk. I'm
Okay,
trying,
well, this is
trying to get my
this is-
marbles back. Okay.
this is where I would disagree with you. Only because, like I said, a balance is stagnant, right? It's like think about a seesaw, right? When it's balanced, what happens? Both levels are the same. Balance beam is one thing. When you find a wall balance, it's one thing all the way through. So
Mhm.
you have to tip the scale at some point in order to exceed, to supersede, to gain height. You have to tip those scales.
Mhm.
Go ahead. What are you gonna say? Go ahead. Go
I was
ahead.
just gonna say because maybe I'm thinking about this in two different ways. For me, balance, right, in like in any sort of given area, I feel like is way better than the one-offs that superseding will give you in any given situation.
Yes, but everybody has to go to succeed at something, right?
Sure.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying financially or to become a manager. I'm just saying you have everybody in them has a goal to succeed at something.
Yes. Okay.
So balance will not allow you to succeed.
I think it will.
How?
I don't think balance. See, because maybe I'm understanding this wrong, but I don't think balance will keep you from succeeding. I think balance will never let you exceed because you're gonna always land in the general average that everybody else is going to be pouring it into. You're never going to be the extremes, but in I think a lot of people's minds, that middle average is actually a way happier life than if they were to be on these super extremes, exceeding at life in any given situation.
I agree with you.
Okay.
I do agree with you
because
like you said, some people, I will agree and disagree in the same sense. I will agree with you that to some people, balance is succeeding. But I would say that the majority of people that are living on this earth right now do not see average as a good ground. Like nobody wants to be average.
But I think that's because of what we've told the youth at this point right now.
What do we tell the youth?
That it isn't cool to be average, that you need to work extensively hard to not only get ahead, but you should strive to always be ahead. And I don't think that's necessarily
Who's told you that?
I feel like that's the culture. What do you mean? That's like culture. There's literally like a hustle culture. That's like a quote. That's like a thing.
Well, I think the quote unquote culture is to live your dream, and a lot of people's dream is to not be average. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't think we teach kids to not be average, right? I think we teach kids to be the best in what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. No, but I think it's hard because we don't necessarily teach them. They learn just like you, everybody's here. Learn from our friends. We don't necessarily learn from our teachers. We learn lessons and general knowledge, but our social skills are so tied to our friends.
Sure, but do you want to be around a group of friends that aim to be average?
No. But
why?
But
why? Why? What you said no, but why? Why do you?
Well, it depends on like what exactly. Friends, just in
anything.
Like, just general
if
friends?
you had a friend that said, "Hey, man, I'm okay with being average," that's the type of person you want to be around.
Yeah, sure.
Why?
Because I think there's. If
you had 5 friends and 4 of them said, "Yeah, I want to be average. I'm cool with being average."
Mm-hmm.
Well, why?
You
have one fucking life, bro.
If it had to do with like,
and I'm not talking about money, and I'm not just talking about money.
What does that mean then? Okay, what does that mean?
Average in the sense
when people are like, when people say, "I just want to be average," what does that mean?
Well, you're the one who said it. You're the one who said it's okay to be average.
I think it is okay to be average. It depends on what we're talking about. Are you
talking
about money?
I'm in the sense. I'm in the sense of all the way around everything. Are you okay with being mediocre at or average? I'm sorry, not mediocre. Average at your job, an average spouse, an average partner, an average friend, or do you want to be that friend that stands out? Do you want to be the best partner that you could be? Do you want to be the best worker that you can be?
Okay.
Do you see?
But yes, but striving for those things, right? And having the mental capacity to have the motivation to strive for these things, and exceeding at these things are two different things. Everybody has a strive.
Yeah, but how much mental capacity does it take to be like, I want to be the best friend, I want to be the best spouse, I want to be the best worker that the job has. That doesn't take a lot of mental capacity.
But that's your motivation. But your exceeding at that is going to be detrimental at other things. When people have a balance, because you're gonna
sacrificial,
some may say. When you have a balance on things, you're going to you're gonna probably have. There was a saying. You could be like 180% on like one thing, but that means you'll be 10%, 5% on so many others, or you could be at like 80% at everything. And you'll have a richer life in some sense.
You'd rather be at 80% on everything.
Well, I'm not necessarily saying that I would.
You said you were okay with being average. You literally said that.
I did say that. You're right.
You did.
Yeah. The thing is
you're okay. Well, let me ask you this, because I know this means a lot to you. You're okay with being the average partner to your girlfriend?
No. But that's the thing, is that I'm not okay with being the average. I'm always striving to be better. But I don't know if I'm gonna succeed that better. Does that make sense?
But if you don't try, then you don't know if you're gonna succeed.
No, that drive is always there. So I'm always trying.
So but you're not average.
No, I think the average is trying. You always have the motivation to do the thing.
We just said the average is comfortable. The average, if you want to find balance, you're okay with being balanced. That's what you look for. This is what you look for.
People should
steady
look
all
for.
the way
Yes.
through.
Yep.
But you think that people should look for average?
I think people should look for I think
balance.
We're thinking about this different. We're thinking about this differently. I think because from what it feels like your position is, if you're balanced, you're complacent with everything that you're doing. I'm
Absolutely.
saying you always
found a median.
But everybody has that drive. I'm going to be the best employee. I'm going to be the best spouse. I'm going to be the best son, the best daughter, the best son, the best A, B, and C. We're always striving for those. But if you were to hyper focus on being the best spouse, that might be detrimental to the other arenas of your life.
The other
friends
aspects of your
might
life.
be.
Yeah.
Well, we just talked about sacrifice, so you have to sacrifice.
I understand, but not everybody's going to be that exceptional person in a given arena. I feel like so many people should just be average. Just you're
cover your
not
bases.
You're good, but you're average. Like you're always striving to be a little bit better, but for the most part, everybody's kind of in that same little area.
You can't say better though. Like the moment that you bring up better or best, you can't bring that in the same conversation when you say average or balanced.
Average. That is
No.
No, it's not.
See, I'll go against that because there's times when
Against what I'm saying or what Zero saying?
A little bit against what you're saying,
Okay.
where it's, I know there's times I'm in the lab, right? Or there's times I know I'm giving it my all, but I'm whack.
You're talking about
I'm
dance,
fucking
right?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm whack right now,
Sure.
right? And it could be for a list of reasons, right? It could be because maybe I've just been spending a lot of time with Elijah, right? Or maybe I just been on the road, or maybe work, or maybe I just don't fucking feel like it, right? Like the other parts of my life, I may be either hyper focused in or balancing out a little bit. And this is taking a detrimental hit. You get what I'm saying? So I understand Zero where you're saying like a balanced life for most people is okay, right? Like if I'm being a good dad, I'm being a good worker, and I'm dancing and I'm practicing, as long as I'm giving now you're where I think things are getting a little twisted is people should always strive to be their best in these things. Always strive to be the best in these arenas.
I agree.
But if it is to fall off, if you're to fall off in one place, it's okay.
You still
like
have 7 things.
Yes,
that you
I'm
because
not
there's
saying
6
that it's.
other
I'm,
things.
I'm not saying that it's not okay. But okay, this is how I'm gonna make my point right now, based off of what you just said. If I'm being a good dad to Elijah, if I'm being a good dad to worker, or if I'm being a good worker, but I'm off in my dance and what I enjoy, that's the balance, right? I'm being good here, good here. I'm weak here right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what happens when you're good?
Then you're balanced.
You have a
How?
solid balance.
You just said that you were balanced based off being okay. It's
But you're
okay
not,
that I'm being.
You're
You just
not
said.
great,
You just said
terrible, horrible. That's
correct.
not
You just
balanced.
said. You just said I'm not good, and I'm good. So I'm balanced.
Yeah.
So what happens when you're good, like you normally are? You're not balanced.
No, but the
That's what I'm
balance
saying.
is
You're making an excuse for yourself. Like, okay, I'm not good here because I'm being good here and good here. So normally I'm good here, but I'm finding balance because I'm typically good here and good here.
Wait, but then how would you hold the position that being great at something is better? Because you just said it's not good to have not good here, but good here, good here. If I was great at something, I'd be great here, but I'd
No,
didn't know
no,
how to
I'm
do
talking
this.
about in the sense. I'm just talking about in the sense of balance. I'm talking about the sense of
Oh,
balance.
the balance
And
is
showing you how it doesn't make sense because you're balancing these 3 things, right?
Mhm.
And you're saying I'm not doing very well at this right now, but it's okay because I'm good at this and this right now. So these 2 things supersede this in order to balance this out. Now I'm balanced all the way
No,
around.
wait.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
but I think there's something to say about the balance having to do with the quantity of things that you're good at that make it balanced. Because I'm good in my relationship, I'm good with my friendships, I'm good with my parents, I'm good with my let's say work, whatever it may be. I
That's
have
5.
so many different avenues, right?
All 5 of these things I'm good
And
at.
then
right now.
and then one day I didn't go to work for 2 days. Right? But I still have areas where I'm still good in. And it's not okay that I did the other thing, right? But I have
Sure.
support systems for when things go wrong, depending on what it is. I have people I
Absolutely.
can go to. I have money that I could fall back on, hopefully. There's like some sort of balance to it all. But if I was CEO, I don't know if I would have a girlfriend anymore. I'd spending so much time at the office to make this
Right.
company the best it could be. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And I think kind of I can see where Cisco's coming from, where what you do and what you cover should be done to 100%. And if you're doing it 100%, then you're excelling. So I can see that, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm also seeing where it's like, my bandwidth can only handle 6 or 7 tasks at a time.
That's
Like, you know what I
saying.
mean?
Like at pretty high quality.
And I'm talking, high RPMs, you're getting quality work out of me. And so if one of them are lacking, I'm not going to say all of this is bad. I'm not going to say all of this is bad.
Yeah.
I just know somewhere that needs a little more focus. You know what I mean? And I think I felt like that. The reason why I started feeling like that, because at one point with Crump, I was like on such a fucking rocket ship, dude, to like fame. And then
He
I
really
just stopped.
fucking was.
Like, dude, and I mean, I was hitting it, bro. I was hitting the spot. And then, I wanted to take care of my son.
Yeah.
I felt like I wasn't seeing him as much. and all this shit. And like I was still doing my thing with dance, but I know now still too that I'm not as good as I should be, right? But I'm still getting better, right? But I still know, even though I'm firing off at 100 RPMs on all these other ones, that's the one I'm still working to get better. So my life feels balanced. You know what I mean? My life feels balanced. I have a good work life balance. I just know that the time that I do spend dancing, I need to do better while I'm doing it, even if it's only for 15 minutes or, because back in the fucking day, I used to spend hours fucking practicing, hours and hours a day. But if I can only squeeze 2 hours a week, then I need to make the fucking most of those 2 hours every fucking week. You know what
Okay,
I mean?
well, let me put it like this, and I'm gonna try and make this analogy, but I think it's gonna be horrible.
Let's
I
go
think it's
for
gonna
it.
be horrible, but I'm gonna try and make this analogy. So, the number one thing that I would say the majority of people look for when they talk about success is work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like how much money you're making and what you're doing for work, right? So when we find a job and they give you personal time, sick time, vacation time, give you 2 days off a week, and they tell you that they care about your work life balance, right? Like we
Mm-hmm.
hear that a lot. We want you to take care of your work life balance. We want you to have a good work life balance. Let me ask you this: with how much sick time, vacation time, personal time, actual days off that you have, where is the balance? What exceeds the other? Is it your time off that you actually take with vacation, holidays, sick pay, personal time, or is it the amount of days that you're actually working?
Hmm.
Essentially, it's the amount of days that you're actually working throughout the year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because in order
I can
to
take that.
succeed, you have to take more time to do what you're actually doing than take time for yourself.
Mm.
But when you take more time for yourself, that's when you find the balance, right? So, in order to exceed in what you want to exceed in, whether it be the best boyfriend or spouse, the best crumper, the best person at your job, like you essentially have to put in more work in order to do those things. And I think in order to succeed, you cannot have balance unless
Mm.
your
Oh,
sole purpose is to have balance. Like if you're saying like my goal in life is to be balanced, then great, be balanced. But I don't think for anybody that wants to exceed in anything that they're doing has balance.
oh,
Like think about you,
yeah.
Zero, right? Like
I don't disagree with you on anything you just said. Wait,
that's what I've been trying to say the
no,
whole time.
no, because
That's what I've been trying to say.
no, but the thing is then why did you argue that most people? Because the whole thing that I even brought up was there's a culture of what feels like people are saying that you should want to, you should exceed by doing copious amounts of work, right? And I
Sure,
think that is how you exceed. Yes, that is how you
absolutely.
exceed. But I don't think that's necessarily what people should have like on average. I think that leads to so much crazy shit that it's
No, because
detrimental.
if you say like you, and that's what I was gonna say, you personally, right?
Sure.
You say I want to be a YouTuber.
Hmm.
You can't be average to become a YouTuber, right?
I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say you have to be average, right? But I'd say you'd have to be
Can you have a
consistent.
balance? Can you have a balance?
Of what? Like a like being this and life or what?
You would have to put in more time to your craft than anything else, right?
If you wanted to be a mega
Like let's say you okay, right?
yes.
Let me put it into perspective. If you wanted to be a YouTuber right now, you wanted to whatever. You wanted to be a YouTuber. Or okay, let me put it for all three of our perspectives. Father, hold on. Father,
Yes.
father, you.
Yeah.
Girlfriend,
Sure. Okay.
Non-custodial parent.
non-custodial parent. You wanted to have we wanted to make this podcast blow up.
Yeah.
I have a job, you have a job, he has a job. kid,
Me.
girlfriend,
Okay.
girlfriend,
Yep.
right? We would have to put in more time in order for our podcast to succeed. We couldn't just live our normal lives and have balance, right? Because we have work, we have the shit that we have to take care of, our cribs, our family, our kids, all this shit. So, would you find success in being balanced?
Yes.
That's
But
how.
chill out.
How?
Chill.
How?
Okay.
I'm
Because
chill.
actually,
What I'm saying is,
I just thought of this, and I'm high.
let's hear it.
Chill. I just realized this. A lot
Help
of the
me
times,
realize.
a lot of the people say, a lot of the times, the saying is pretty popular. The saying is something along the lines of, "How bad do you want it?" Right? And that speaks to how much you're willing to put in and push and persevere. And I don't give a fuck what's happening. I'm doing this from here to here every day. I want it that bad. I'm gonna lose sleep over it. Whatever. I think that's fine. That's a specific type of person who is willing to just go balls to the wall for it, and that's great if that works for them, right? But if people were to be like, you know what, I think it's more important, not necessarily how bad I want it, but I think the question should be how fast do you want it? Because the first guy who's going balls to the wall is for sure going to get it faster. But if I don't mind putting my time in and doing it when I can and when I've carved out my little arena of space to do my thing, if I'm okay with doing that, I know this is going to grow slowly. And I kind of don't mind that. I want it to grow slowly. I want it to grow naturally. While the other guy is on round 99 of whatever he's doing. I'm over here still on 20, and I'm gonna get there one day. And I'm just gonna keep it pushing. But everything else in my life can't be at the detriment of this thing that I want to do.
Okay, but then you get married, right?
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, like there comes a bump in the road or something that some type of anomaly that happens in order to tip the scale. So if you get married,
and now it depends. Okay, so now it depends. Okay,
where do you put your energy?
I get married. I obviously value this relationship that I've had now for a long time. I'm presuming I'm married to her. It's been a long time. What needs to change
After you told her parents that this is what's gonna happen?
After that, right? What do I delegate my time to when it comes to the craft that I still love? Is it now 15 minutes a day? Is it now one YouTube video a week? Like, what is it now? It still is to that question of like, how fast do you want it? Not necessarily how bad do you want it. How fast do you want it just says like, if you do leave this, it's going to take way fucking longer for you to get to Z. But you'll get there. You just got to keep working at it. But it's going to be at a way slower pace than guy who went 1 year without sleep and just grinded YouTube every day.
Well, yeah, they had less to sacrifice.
No, but I don't necessarily think it's that way. Of like, it's not sacrificing.
Or they were okay. I apologize. Right? They were more willing to sacrifice.
Yeah.
What you're not.
Yes, and they deserve the fruits of their labor, right?
Absolutely, I agree with you
100%. I think there's a really good thing to say about people who are willing to healthily delegate their time and their energy instead of outputting everything into necessarily one kind of avenue.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
I can vibe with that.
You know what? And like based off the comment that I just got, like I feel like people are thinking that I'm saying that balance like is not good.
No, the whole thing was the comment of I feel like it's an idea that's pushed that it's more it's a good thing to be superseding everything, if that makes sense. And I feel like it leads to unhealthy relations with work, with loved ones, with your time, with energy.
But why? Why is that unhealthy? Why is it unhealthy to want to succeed or be the best?
I don't think that's what's unhealthy. I don't think it's unhealthy to say like you should want to do your best. But I think if you like, if you tell people to always wanting to exceed and like exceed, one, it reflects poorly when you don't succeed, right, or exceed on something, and two,
I don't think that.
How if you're being told
I don't think that
if I tell you that one thing is preferential always,
Sure.
I feel like you would
because that's what's rewarded, right?
yes,
like-
but I feel
like-
like you would always.
okay, so let me
assume
ask you
that
this.
The other
This
thing
is
is
a-
negative.
No, see that's the thing is I don't. That's the issue with your generation. That's what I
Well,
find the
if
issue
it's-
is with your
What do you
generation.
mean?
Like, just because you're rewarded for being the best doesn't mean that you should be. It's negative to not be the best.
So why would it ever be bad to be neutral?
Ooh, that's a fair question.
why would it ever be bad? What? But when did anybody say that it was
Like
bad
balance,
to be
like
neutral?
in the middle. Why would that ever be bad?
But
then?
when did I say that it was bad to be neutral? When did I ever say that it was bad
it
to
was
be
not
average?
a good thing to be
I
average.
would-
Like you. The reason you
I would-
posed the
no, no.
question. The reason
What
you
I
posed
said,
the question.
what I said was, in order to be average means that you're never going to supersede anything that you aim for,
But
because
why
you're
is-
okay with being average.
But why is
With-
that?
Because
is that a-
success supersede means to go above and beyond
yes. So
something.
then why?
So
when you-
balance means that you're okay with being and you even said average is what a lot of people aim for. So how
No,
you find
average
balance,
is what a lot of people are, but wanting to do your best and wanting to be your best are, I feel like, two different things. Wanting to do your best.
Okay,
is,
so
I'm
here's where I
coming in
can agree-
here at 70%, and I'm gonna give 70%.
here's what I can agree with you on. If
Bless you.
somebody
Bless
was thank you. If somebody was below average and they aimed for average, that means that they superseded their balance at below average to get to average.
Well, but that's not what you're. I at least that's not what I understood your position
Yes.
to be.
I would say that average, like, why would anybody want to be average? What is the reason
But
that
that's the thing is why does that sound like a
like okay
negative thing?
you
That's what-
average?
Yes.
Because you always because doesn't the best sound better?
Well, yeah, it's the best.
Then
It's the
that's
best.
why average sounds like a negative thing, because the best.
But you were just telling
being-
me that you thought that neutral was that I think that neutral is a bad thing. I don't
Guys,
think that
and
neutral's a bad
I
thing.
think honestly, this goes back to past conversation. What does success look like for you?
correct. Success
does it-
looks
what does it look
like
like for you?
agree.
different for everybody, but you never want to be average at anything that you want to be successful at.
You okay?
Like, think about
Yes.
it. Okay,
Yes, I
Damien
agree.
sounds like the type of motherfucker that is okay with participation trophies.
No. I think those are the dumbest fucking things ever.
Why? Why? If you're
Because-
average at what
No,
you
no,
do
no, no,
and you
no,
did
no,
your
no.
best and you
No,
found
I think-
balance,
Because
why
I
should
don't
you
think
get a
I don't
participation
think I don't
trophy?
think everybody should be rewarded for being average. I think there should be rewards for being exceptional at any given thing. I agree with
What
that.
does exceptional mean?
Exceptional,
what is exceptional?
above the expected, supersede.
Above average, superseding, going above and beyond.
There
So-
should be benefits to it. There should be good things that tied to.
So
you
if
being
there
good.
are benefits to you being better than average, why should everyone not shoot to be better than
they
average?
do.
That's what I don't understand.
I'm just saying that that the average. That's why it exists. Is the average. Most people are in that average. That is what it is. And there's a good thing of being in that average that allows you to do so many other things that enrich your life that the exceptional people
Yeah, but
don't
if you
feel.
if more people thought like you, right? If more people thought like, okay, it's okay to be
It's
average.
not okay to be
Well,
average.
It's
In-
not okay.
In
Whoa,
the se-
it's
in
not
the-
okay to be
in
average.
the thought process of it. You can't be complacent. That's
We
not what I'm
can't-
ever
oh,
saying.
Okay, but you're
So
saying
have
the
you
thought
guys ever
process of
seen?
being
Hold
average.
on. Have you guys ever seen the movie Dinner with Andre?
No.
It's a huge philosophy fucking. It's big for philosophy classes, bro. And so this is the round table that they're having. Is the one friend is telling the other friend about wanting more from life, and the other one is like, no, I like my comfy, boring life. It's an average life. It's a mediocre life. It's cool. I'm happy, right? So you guys, I think, are both saying the same thing, right? But
Well,
just
here-
two different ways.
Here's the
right?
point that I'm trying to make, right? If everybody thought like Damien, right? And this again, like, I'm not trying to down talk you or
No.
anything like that. And,
But
like,
I want to hear
okay.
what you think. I think.
if majority of people in this world thought like Damien and was like, you know what, average is okay. Like, I made it if I'm average, right? Then the average level of what average would be would drop tremendously, and then average would be shit. average
But
would be
there's
shit.
more. There's actually more. That's the whole point of the movie, is that there is more people who actually feel that way, bro. That's why there is guys working mediocre jobs in a mediocre marriage with mediocre kids,
But that-
and a mediocre life.
That is
Whoa,
because-
wait, what? I did not get
that is
that
because-
from that quote that you just gave. Whoa.
That is because they look.
I've never seen the movie.
Surround yourself with people that think in a higher level of you, and that's what I truly believe in. Because if you think with people that are like-minded, then you will be like-minded. Then you will be balanced. Then you'll be average, right? Like,
no.
What do you mean?
You
If you hang out with 4 motherfuckers that think that gang banging is cool, you're gonna think that gang banging is cool, right?
No,
If you're
I
hanging
think-
around with
I think-
4
I
average
think-
ass motherfuckers, you're
No,
gonna
I think
be
I think
average.
Damien can agree. Where like wanting to do better with your life and wanting more, right? Like the drive to succeed should be in everybody, right? Everybody
Yes.
should have these things,
I
right?
in something, whether that be with your relationship, whether it be at work, whether it be with your friends, you have to have some type of drive in you to be better at something.
Yes.
And I'm not saying to make millions of dollars. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there has to be a drive in you to be better at something. A better spouse, a better friend, a better worker, something. But if you have a drive in you to be a better something, you cannot be average, because if you are average, then that means that you're sacrificing something, being less of something else in order to be more of this thing.
But you
That's what average is. You
are
find the
average.
balance between that.
Everybody, there's such a big majority that are average, and
Sure.
that's just
That's because
how
that
it
is the average. But that
Yeah.
means there is a plethora of people doing better and a plethora of being
But
worse.
if you
But there's-
zoom out,
but-
So
in
which
terms-
way would you, if you're average, which way would you rather point to? The people that are doing worse than average or better than average?
my critique is not even
No.
my
What
whole
is your,
thing.
what is your answer? What is your answer?
It's
if you're
always
average-
better to
But
go
he's not-
up, right?
yeah, he's not arguing the going up
Yes,
part.
I'm
It's
not
that-
arguing-
that's not the
Majority of
part. That's-
people
that's not the-
went-
that's not the part.
Majority of
Up.
people want to go up. There is no
Mm-hmm.
desire. Nobody in this fucking world, not even fucking drug addicts, want to say, you know what? I want to fuck my life way more. I want to
But
feel
you
better.
just
I
said
wanna
it's
do
okay
better.
with being average.
No,
No.
I said it is okay to be average.
More
That's
people
what I'm
are.
saying. You're saying it's okay to shoot for average.
No,
That's what you said.
I'm saying it's okay to be average. It is not okay to
yes.
shoot for average. It's okay
Yes.
to shoot for
Okay,
above.
and that's
It
the
is
thing.
good.
I agree with you. It's okay to be average, but it's not okay to stop at average. Like
No,
once you
There.
find a balance.
Nobody
There,
said that.
there.
Yes, you did.
No,
How?
we finally
I'm watching
got
him- I'm
to
watching
it.
him on
We
back
finally- We
Bro,
finally
I
got to it.
I literally said that. Like you said, it's okay for people to be average. Sure, it's okay for people to be average, but it's not
I watched
okay
you
for.
guys dance
Oh, it
around
was
that for a
balanced. It was
minute.
balanced. It was balanced. That's what we said. Balance. It's not okay for people to be balanced forever. You have to tip the scales.
No.
Literally, I remember saying this. You have to tip the scales at one point and be uncomfortable to move up.
But
Balance is not a way to live your life. That's how this conversation started. Balance is not a way.
What in the fuck is happening? Balance is how you live like the best life. That's how you live the best.
No, it is not.
It is, bro. It is. Balance,
You
and,
have
but
to
I feel
be
like the way that you
continuous-
interpret
You
balance,
literally just agreed with me when I said
I feel like
you
this
either
is
want
how
to
you
continue
interpret-
being
this
the
is-
best parent,
One at a
This is how
time.
you
One at a
best
time.
spouse.
One at a time. One at a time. One at a time.
This is how you interpret balance, okay? This thing, it's in one spot. It's balance. It's never moving unless I take it and move it, right? It's always there. It's going to stay there.
Yeah,
My
are you moving
balance-
it up or down?
There's like a complex, like super fucking crazy emotion. There's like going to be the family that you have to take care of, and that's going to be whole fucking emotional. But there's balance in having a broad sense of I'm at 80% in so many different things. Friends,
No,
family,
you have
job,
to
whatever,
sacrifice
whatever.
something in order to be balanced. If I'm
true.
50 here and 50 here, right? And then all of a sudden something happens, I have to be 60 here in order to be balanced. I have to be 40 here, right? In order to bring those scales
And I
back
think
together.
that's fine.
You
I think
can't be
that's a good
60 and
thing.
50.
Yes.
No, it is not. Because let me ask you a question. If you have a career and then
I think okay.
it goes back to what we're talking about in sacrifice, right? If you have a family and you want to be great at being a family, but you also want to be great in what you do, you can't be balanced. Something you have to sacrifice something.
Yes.
That goes back on
I
what
agree.
we're saying.
Yes. But I think we're talking about different things. I'm thinking of the entire process of having things balanced in your life. I feel like why the fuck is this? Do I keep going down? Sorry.
It did go down a little bit though.
It like drops weirdly.
I thought you were about to drop your balls on the table.
No. There's a I'm talking about the process of having a balanced life in general as a human, having different sources of emotional stability, maybe financial stability. You have an assortment of different things that you're doing as far as damn, this shit is really going down on me.
Ooh.
Sorry, that
Who's going down on you?
No, it's a program. I don't know why the fuck it's messing up like that. But I think you're thinking of the thought process of what's behind like the drive, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the actual like things that I have that are balanced in my life that can be moving, can be swaying, but they're gonna balance each other out at some point, because if it's a negative here, at least I have like a working positive on this side, and maybe I have two more on the other side. There's like a great balance to that, but your mindset should never be, if I do the exact same thing forever, like this cup, then it'll just stay there. I'm saying like the balance is ever changing and evolving, but you'll never be exceptionally great at the one thing that maybe you're saying that you should strive for.
You'll never be?
No. As a balance, there's just no way.
So if you, that's the part that I don't understand. So in order to, so it's either I want balance. Somebody just gave me some money or something.
Congrats.
I can't see, bro. Whoever gave me money, thank you. Hold on, because you're saying that in order to be balanced, you cannot supersede what you want, right?
Yes.
Like you cannot be successful in what you want if you're balanced. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
The cup will always. Yes.
I think you can.
So then, why would you want to be balanced?
Because sometimes that is what life requires.
Successful in what you want.
Bro, but I don't understand how you can argue this, but all of like the most religious like things are about balance. Seeking that balance.
Why the fuck are you tying religion in with me? I don't understand.
Okay, not to you specifically.
You just said I don't understand how you could argue this when the most religious thing.
I'm just saying if there's no inherent good to it, I feel like nobody would ever talk about it. But there's so many different like things about being a balanced person that is such a good thing. Bro, this shit actually is pissing me the fuck off.
I think I can kind of get what Damien's saying, but at the same time, like the thing that I'm going to refute on it is you can still become super successful in whatever the fuck you're doing while maintaining a certain balance. But then it just goes back to the whole like, you know, people who have the ability to hyper focus on a certain task, right? Like it's not fair to compare my dance life right now to a 19-year-old and a guy who's crumping at 19, because he may not have the same responsibilities in his bandwidth. So where he has two things to balance, you know, his girlfriend and dance, I have my son, you know, I have the kids thing, I got the fucking work.
Give me a second.
Thing.
I'm so sorry.
You got Florida. You got
you got
Disneyland.
You got all this shit. Yeah, you got all this shit you got to balance out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so where you can
Wait, let's look at his crotch when he comes back.
I know, I want to see it.
Okay, keep going what you're saying, but when he walks back to the door, we're looking at his fucking crotch.
But it's like, you know, you can still become successful. It's just, oh, look, dick.
Swaggy! Look at that motherfucker.
Dude, that thing's a bulge.
What?
Whoa, bro.
Wait, what? What happened?
Hey, stand up again real quick. I think you left
real
him over there in
quick,
the
dude.
corner.
Those gray sweats go nuts.
This man wore gray sweats on stream.
I'm doing this shit on purpose now. I'm doing this shit on purpose now, okay?
Hey,
I like the compliment.
Exuberantly loud now.
Is it better now?
No, keep talking.
Hello.
Check,
Testing.
Say,
1, 2, 3.
I got a big dick.
Testing.
I got a big dick. I got a
big ass wang.
Yeah, I can hear that. But no, like I do think you could still become
Hello.
successful. Just the time frame in your timeline is going to look different than others if you're going to try to maintain a hyper balanced life. Like,
Yes,
you know what I mean?
I agree with that. I agree that you can be successful over a length of over a length of time. I'm not refuting that, and I'm not fighting against that. What I'm saying is that you cannot be successful unless you tip the scale and are no longer balanced. Is what I'm
Mhm.
saying. And nobody should aim for average.
I agree. Nobody should aim for average.
Nobody should aim for average, and everybody. If anybody disagrees with me on this, I would be so surprised. But nobody in this fucking world does not have something that they want to excel at, that they want to succeed in. So in order to find yourself at a point of balance and say that you're okay with being balanced is preposterous to me. That it makes no fucking sense. Because if you're like, I'm average, I'm okay with being where I'm at right now. Like, how do you genuinely want to succeed in something if you're okay with that? Like, I can't even fathom the thought of that.
I feel like
It doesn't make sense, and it doesn't make any sense to me for someone to be like, I'm average, and I'm okay with that. Like, like I don't have any hopes, I don't have any dreams, I don't have any.
I feel like okay. It's about to get down and fucking dirty when you come back. It's good. We're gonna be yelling at each other. Just
yell at me. Yell at me.
Stop. Yeah, I'm average this time. Whatever. Okay. I was just trying to think of what you were saying.
Do you want me to reiterate again?
Yes, please. Just the end part.
Okay. I don't think that there's anybody in this world that doesn't want to succeed at something. And like I said before, in order to succeed, you have to tip the scales of that balance in order to succeed, because succeed means to move up. So if you're average, you're not moving up. You're stable. You're stagnant. So there's nobody on this earth that's like, hey, I'm okay with being average. I'm okay with not succeeding and going towards my goals or moving forward in life. I'm okay with being here.
You can't put all of those you can't. I feel like you can't subscribe this person, right?
Oh, what are we, YouTube now?
That yeah, you better subscribe, baby. Come on, man. I feel like you can't subscribe these thought processes, right, to people in such like a one-dimensional way. Like you're saying like, oh, I've strived for average, I'm here, like great, I'm okay with being average, I have no hopes and dreams, and I just can die.
Nobody says that.
Nobody
Introduce
says
me to one person that says
nobody
that.
says that. But actually, somebody who is not wanting to go up. You know him. He taught our class. He literally said, I'm fine with where I'm at.
No, that's false. Do you want to know why?
What he said.
You want to know why? Because on Friday of last week, he just pulled me aside and said, hey, I'm going for this position.
Oh, nice. Well,
because nobody wants to stay where the fuck they're at. You want to succeed. You want to move forward. It is human nature to do so. Like, I just disproved you right now. Find me somebody that's okay with where they're at and being average.
There are people who are like that, though. There are
average.
Yep.
Average.
That are average.
You tried to show me one right now, and I just disproved you.
Well, I didn't
because
know
I'm gonna take his job.
But I didn't know about that other situation. I'm drawing from the. Well, yeah, because I don't know. I was drawing from the information that I thought was correct.
Well, it's wrong, and I just proved you wrong. So, show me another one.
No, there are people. I mean, I don't know of any. Right?
Okay, right now, do you feel like your life is balanced? Do you feel like your life is balanced right now?
No.
You don't.
No, but I really wish it was.
You feel like you could exceed to where you're at right now?
If I could give less time to work, I would. How
would you make money?
I would never be Well, like let's say if there was a way that I could.
Let's take you for example, since you're the one giving us examples right now.
Sure.
Okay,
Go for it.
let's take you for example. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you're not average right now, right?
And
You're below average.
Do you think I'm below average? Wait,
I'm
are you asking if
asking-
I think I'm below average?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. So what do you have to do in order to get to average?
There's a lot of things I have to do.
Okay, let's hear them.
Well, I don't know if I want to put this all online, but family wise,
Okay,
I need to
whatever you feel comfortable in order to get to
Okay.
average.
I think I should definitely make more time for my family.
Okay. In what
for-
sense though? Like eating dinner with them, going to Disneyland with them?
No,
Like
just
what do you
spending
mean
time,
make
just spending
more
time?
like sitting down and having a conversation like you're
Whatever
having
that
with
may
Corpse
be,
and I right now?
watching a movie, talking,
Okay.
getting coffee, whatever it may be.
Okay. Okay.
Just calling them. I think
Okay.
I'm below average in that.
Okay. What are you doing to fix that?
Just calling them more, texting them more, stuff like that.
Okay. Okay.
But I think it is always good. See, I'm not even arguing the fact that I don't think people shouldn't always strive for better. I'm just saying it is.
But you're not even at average, so you shouldn't strive.
But I'm
to
saying-
better
but I'm-
until you get to average.
What do you mean? You should always strive to get to better. It is okay to be average, and the fact that I'm lacking in different areas just means
I'm
that
not.
I've.
I never said it wasn't okay to be average. What I
That's the
said
whole
is
thing.
balance.
Then why did you pose it as a negative? That you said, why would you ever be okay with being average? There's nobody. in
Because
the
there
world
is
who's average.
nobody on this world that doesn't want to succeed at something. That's why it's negative to stay at
But
average.
my whole thing from the go
Mhm.
was that the thought processes and the like entire like motivational like hustle culture shit is whack. Because
I agree with that.
Then why are we arguing, dog?
I don't like the because you said it's okay with being
Corey,
balanced
did
and
my
average.
first critique was it not the hustle culture shit?
Yes, but do I,
Then
I'm
why
not
would
saying
I
you have to
want
hustle. You said it was okay with being balanced and average.
It is good to be balanced.
No, it's
Balanced
not
and
good.
average
It's not
are not
good to
bad
be balanced and
things.
average because that
It's
means that you're
good
not
to
trying
strive.
to
No,
succeed
no,
at
That's
something.
not what that means. If you're striving to do better, you're more than likely in the average. That's what you are. You're just an exceptional person if you're succeeding at being above average. If you're doing everything that you should be doing and
Who
more,
is, and that's what I'm saying. Who is okay with saying that they don't want to be exceptional? Introduce me to one person. Introduce me to anybody in this world that doesn't want to be exceptional at something.
yes, everybody wants to be exceptional.
Okay, then it's
It-
not okay to be average.
Yes,
That's
it
the whole point.
is, bro. I don't understand how you're saying like two different things in one sentence and you actually believe you're saying something that's the same. You're talking about the thought processes in your head of, man, I'm average. Like, this is pretty great.
You
I'm
guys
gonna
are
say
literally saying the same thing,
We're
and I'm
just-
just
yeah, we're
watching y'all.
circling. I'm
I'm
sorry.
watching
I'm
y'all
so
go
sorry.
through it. You guys are saying the same thing two different ways.
No, he's speaking to the thought processes of going up. He thinks that if you're average, you're just a fucking rock just sitting there. But that's not what average is.
What is average?
The average
Define
is
average to
what
me.
the average person does in, like, let's just workspace. Everybody wants to be the best at their shit. Everybody wants to be the best at their shit, right? But the process of doing the best you can leaves you in an area where the majority of the people are going to be probably outputting around the same amount. There are going to be people who are doing way less than you. There's going to be people who are doing way, way more than you. But you're probably going to land in this general fucking area where everybody else is. And it's okay to be there.
For the sake
But
of
it's
not
not
arguing.
okay to just be like, you know what? Fuck it. This is all I'm doing. I should always want to do better. I should always want to do better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That
For the
lands
sake
me
of
in the
not
eye.
arguing. For the sake of not arguing. We're done arguing.
I'm sorry.
I
I'm so
just
sorry for everything
I
said.
I just don't think that balance. I don't think balance exists. I don't think. Okay, I think balance is more negative than it is positive. That's all I'm gonna say. Like
I
that's
don't get it. We had a
that's
whole,
my ending statement.
didn't we have a whole podcast on like why like balance?
Did we?
We did. We did
Like,
balance.
And I
it's
feel
good to
like-
fight. I'm not saying that it's. I'm saying it's more negative. Like it's good, but it's more negative than exceeding and succeeding and taking what you want to do into consideration.
Okay.
I think there has to be like for myself, and this is before we can move, but it's I have to have a certain level of balance in my life before I can even start to think of like exceeding in something. Like if I don't have my duckies in order, you know what I mean? Like people were wondering why I wasn't doing so many podcasts. It was like, dude, I could have done them in Florida, but my life was so out of whack, right? Like I was
And it
drinking.
was so damn loud in your house.
Dude, and I was drinking so fucking much, bro, and like just not in a good fucking mind place. And I was not in a good fucking place to be in front of a fucking microphone trying to be, you know, something that I just wasn't at the fucking moment. You know what I mean? And so I mean, I definitely get where for myself, I can resonate with everything. Like that's why I was just listening. You know what I mean? Like I was like, I can.
I know that
I
was
hear-
like
I-
30
I hear-
straight
I
minutes
feel like
of
we-
zero and I
we're-
going at each
but
other.
I feel like we're just arguing on semantics at this point. It's not.
Yeah.
Even,
I feel like it may be that.
we actually
it
are.
may be
I
that.
feel like we agree, but like the way that it might. Maybe I'm too fucking high for this.
Yeah,
shit.
I think we need like another person in here to be like, yo, you guys are saying the same shit.
I feel like.
Oh,
I
what
feel
he
like.
said.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, are we gonna do guests, dude?
Yeah, I would like to.
I don't know.
But I think we need to be very cautious of who we bring on as a guest.
Yeah.
And let them know that like tomorrow, Damien and I are gonna dap each other up and be like, yeah, yo, last night was fun.
Yeah.
Oh
But-
yeah, they
but
gotta know
because-
that this is a safe place.
Right.
Yeah, because you know,
His
last thing I
fucking
want
car.
is
No, I'm just kidding. No, no, yeah, I think it's all love. Fuck it, we disagree at. It's fine.
Yeah,
you know,
no.
you're a feminist piece of shit. You know,
Yeah. And you're a
No.
toxic masculinity dickhead.
Oh my god, dude!
I'm really not, but okay.
I listened to that podcast over,
not
dude, and
either.
I was like,
Hey.
that is a hill he is willing to die on. bro."
Wait, who?
Wait,
Me?
yeah.
Yeah, when we did the whole like masculine and feminine shit, like when we got into that, I was like,
Oh, yo, I've actually had people hit me up about that podcast
oh, what'd they say?
that I was right.
What the fuck? I don't know what conversation you guys are talking about.
Matter
You
of
never
fact,
heard that?
that was the one where
That was the
Damien
one that-
first
But I
chimed
think
in.
didn't we?
Mhm.
Because I came in when you guys were talking. I think you
About
guys were
masculine women and feminine
trans.
men and like
No.
what makes
Yeah.
masculinity and
Oh yeah. I don't know what hill he was trying to die on though.
that
Oh.
men are masculine and women are feminine and that just because a
That
woman is
men-
stronger than
that
other
men
people.
only have men do not have feminine traits or qualities.
Oh.
No, they do have feminine
Okay.
traits or
Because I was
qualities,
about
but
to say
there
that
is
doesn't
no
make any sense.
there is not like it was between
Uh-oh.
estrogen and testosterone. That's what it was. The conversation between testosterone and the difference between nature and nurture was the biggest thing in that conversation.
Sure. Okay.
I have to listen to it.
I don't know.
there was a
I'm
lot.
not
There
gonna.
was-
I'm not gonna put my dog in this fight right now.
Dude, there was a lot. That was like I think that was like 2 hours. I think we did 2 hours on that one.
We did a lot on that one, and that was a fun one because that was a fun one because that was the first time that we ever like disagreed on something in a podcast.
Mhm.
Normally, it's like, oh, like, hey, what's going on with your life? This, that, and the other, wooty woo. But that one was like, yo, like you're wrong, and then
Yes,
you were like,
debate.
you're wrong. Yeah, it was like that. That was a good one. I would love to get Zero on that one, like on something like that. We
Okay.
low-key started earlier because we still didn't finish. I think that should be another podcast on the sacrifices of men over women because we didn't get to
Sure.
finish that conversation because
And
Corpse
I'm too
stepped
high,
in.
But yeah, and I was probably too high for all those conversations. I hope I made sense at least a little bit.
You absolutely did. You did, bro. And honestly, I do believe that in some sense we agree with each other. I just feel like we need
We're
to
like
either listen to this back.
talking past each other. I think we do
Yeah.
agree on what we're saying,
I
right?
agree.
Because the way maybe the word that you're using is balance. In my head, I'm like those scales are always like moving, but you're always kind of in the middle. That's a good thing overall for your life, for your mental, for everything. Because if something's always out of whack, and I won't like get into this too much, it's it's not always a good thing, and it could be detrimental.
Sure, I don't disagree with that.
Okay, we can leave.
I don't disagree with that. It could be detrimental if the scale tips negatively.
Now check this.
Keep going,
Because I want to
going.
take it because
Nah, fuck that. No, just
I've been because I was like I like what they're saying. I like what they're saying. So let's take everything from our sacrifices, right? These things like money, right? Because I only used money because it was the easiest one to like that we could really put our mind to. But like these things that we attach ourselves to, right? Whether it's success, like money is through our success through work, or it's through this or through that, right? And the sacrifices that we got to make to go attain this shit. Woo, 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 woo. I want to ask the last question of there's the J. Cole song, and at the end of this little intro he goes, what's it like, he's talking about like the meaning of life. So is there more meaning to life in getting or letting go? Do you get more meaning from life from getting or from letting go?
letting go in the sense of giving, or letting go in the sense of like refuting burdens, like no longer having to deal with a burden.
Both. Let's combine that into both, because it's like letting go can not only, it's charity, right? Let's take it in the sense of charity, where it's like letting go. You could be saying like you're very giving to the world and all this stuff. Like letting go, you let go of this money that you make. You like to let it go, whatever. Your time, your presence. Woo, woo, woo. It could also be letting go burdens of like certain relationships, friendships, right? The sacrifice of letting go of these people that you may have once held into a high esteem. Maybe you let go of the dream that you once chased of being a fucking musician so that you could be a better father, right? Or a better boyfriend, right? Maybe you have to be a better caretaker to your parents. You get what I'm saying? Like all these different aspects. Or is it more about getting, right? Whether you can bring more honor to your family, bring in more money, or, you know, getting, making more stimulating memories, traveling to more places, blah, 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 blah. Like, do you find more in life from getting or letting go? I'm going to say letting go. I find more pleasure in life when I'm letting go. Right? Like, we all know where I was at, right? And I hooked up these kids with some pins, these little pins that I had bought. And I gave it to them for free. You get what I'm saying? And bro, the fucking look that came across their face, I was like, yo, like that was, like it meant something to me. You know what I mean? And then I got to talking to their parents, and we're all just chilling. You know what I mean? And there was something in that. And I, like, just even those little small acts of service mean something to me more than keeping that fucking pin, bro.
Yeah, but I mean? You're letting go. See, that's such a hard one, because you're letting go of something, but in order to gain something. So you're still getting the conversation with those parents. You're getting the joy of what those kids are feeling because you let something.
Let's put the real context. Is they say, "Oh, I like your pins." I was like, "Oh yeah, you know, I've been collecting." Oh, is this your first time here? Oh yeah, it's my first time.
You talking about Disneyland?
Yeah. And then, boom, here's a pin.
Let's turn a negative into a positive, folks.
Right. So here's a pin. Right. And,
oh, you weren't here before. Yeah, you weren't here before we went live. That's
there was some offline.
We gotta have a conversation through text after this.
Okay, for sure. What just happened?
But boom. So I just give it to them because it's like, oh, it's their first time. Like, you know what I mean? Here you go. Here's a pin. And that was just giving in no sense of getting anything in return, right? Because I didn't think these parents would stop and talk with me. Like, you know what I mean? And thankfully, I am personable enough where I can hold a conversation with random people. But it was like, it's little acts like that for me. Donating, you know, masonry. One of our tenets is charity. So it's like, to me, it's like, what is a man without charity? You know what I mean? Like, he could have all the riches in the world, but what are you if you don't give it to anybody? You know, what is this life if you don't have it to share it with somebody? You know what I mean? So I'd rather be able to give everything I got, you know what I mean, to the people that I love, to the people I keep in my circle, you know what I mean? I'd rather give everything I got than try to take or to try to get from life. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So
Yes.
like really, it's like, so do you guys find more pleasure? Like, I mean, and it's not wrong for people to want to be this uber successful or uber this or to want to gain the accolades of life. But to me, I just don't. That's not where I find my pleasure. But I know to give, I have to have. But giving is still what drives is my
'Cause
driving.
I feel like Save's right in the sense that if you give, you're getting more because that giving produces more than like taking would, and that's why. But in some sense, it's like kind of selfish a little bit because you feel more than if you were to just take something, right?
I don't know.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
well,
know.
that's the thing, right? Like that's the other thing that you have to like kind of be conscious of is because are you only giving to get in return?
And is that bad?
No, well, I think that's bad
Why?
because it's not coming out of the consciousness of being a good person. It's coming out
Mm-hmm.
of the consciousness of giving because you think you're going to receive more back.
But wouldn't
Yeah.
that
If
still
you
make you a good person?
no,
Why?
Because
because
the
you're
real
giving
question,
to receive.
because the question boils down to is if are you giving with the notion of having something in return? Because
Exactly.
then that is not giving. You are making a
Yeah,
transaction
because like what Corpse is saying is, do you get more from getting or do you get more from giving?
from letting
Like
go.
what?
Giving.
Yeah.
But
Or letting go.
like but that's internally and consciously, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like for me personally, I feel like if I give you something, if I give you knowledge, if I give you respect, if I give you money, whatever the sense may be, like I'm giving you that out of the consciousness and out of like wholeheartedly wanting you to gain that knowledge, wanting you to have this money, wanting you to succeed further in what you're doing because I have the tools in order to for you to succeed. And if that helps you, then great. If I never get anything in return from that, never get anything in return from that, do I feel successful in a sense? Do I feel lighthearted and happy about that? Absolutely, I do. I don't give a fuck if I gave you something and I never got anything in return for it. I don't give a fuck. If I got something in return for it, great. But I never give in order to gain something back.
Oh, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm not talking about like the physical thing that you get back. I'm talking about like the feeling.
The
I'm not talking about
emotional. Yeah.
emotional.
Yeah, the emotional.
Ooh.
That's what I'm
Mm.
saying. You get so
Ooh.
much more richness out of life from letting go and
And
giving.
you're asking if that's selfish.
Yeah, because
Mm,
net, it's positive all the way around. I gave, I did something good. You found it to be good, or else I probably wouldn't have done it. And I
sure.
get the receiving of that, either praise or temporary, just like thanks, I really appreciate you, or whatever it may be. I feel like
Mm.
overall it's good, but I
I
don't know why I
ooh.
agree with you that it's not good to be only looking for like good feeling from what good you did.
Well, I never. That's the first time I've ever been asked that question.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think
I
that's
think there
the
is
answer.
a
I was
I
just
don't.
certain
I don't know. I think in a sense, I guess that could be selfish.
there is a certain level of selfishness
feels weird,
in
I
this
agree.
wrapped in
Yeah,
selflessness.
Yeah,
so
because it's
good
yes,
overall still.
selfishness in selflessness.
Yeah.
Because I
Right.
guess like yeah, I'm like doing this in order to get like a a hit of endorphins or something, and
Because I
like
know it'll make
and
me
it
I
makes
wanna-
me
I wanna
feel
feel good.
good.
I feel
Mhm.
better
Yeah,
about
like
myself. I feel
it
good.
makes me feel good that I gave you this and don't expect anything in return.
So to
But I
simple it
already
down,
got what I was gonna
I already
get.
got my thing.
yeah.
It was just the
So
initial
and that's okay,
giving.
but that's the thing,
Holy
and that's
shit.
where you gotta double back to that question, the overall question, right? With the sacrifices, all the shit that we're willing to do. Where do I get the most pleasure? Is it me receiving in life, or is it me giving?
Oh, it's always
And
giving.
No, I'm a giver, baby. I'm just
Bro,
saying.
I'm a
Stop
giver,
saying it like
dog. But it's okay if people want to receive. That is a fucking love language. Somebody's
Sure.
love language.
I can say that all three of us want to receive. I'm just saying.
There is some reception wanted.
What? What?
There is some reception desired. You know what I mean?
I agree with
Nah. And dude, the song is really powerful. If I remember right, it's called "The Climb Back" by J. Cole. And I think more people need to be conscious of the sacrifices that they're making, why they're making them, right? Whether it's got to do anything with your friendships, money, the stuff that we're working for or working towards. Like, there is going to be a level of sacrifice that we got to make in life, whether to obtain it or to let it go. You know what I mean? Or to say, hey, like, kind of going into this balance thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, to obtain this, I'm going to have to throw off X, Y, and Z. Or, I don't want to throw off X, Y, and Z, so it might take me a little longer to obtain this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to me, it's easier to let go of certain time frames. It's easier for me to let go of the pressure to have. It's easier, and I find more pleasure in it, of saying I can let this go and be more patient, or I can let this go and wait for what's really coming to me. You know what I mean? Let this go, boom, 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 boom. But to me, the pleasure in life starts with letting go, if you ask.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know. I think this is such a hard one for me, only because like
Because I feel like the question is, what do you get more, right? I feel like overall, it's giving, it's letting go. Even
I feel like the two come. I feel like the two are hand in hand. Like that's why it's such a hard.
Well, because if we're saying letting go, I'm wrapping in like letting go of the people you love in some sense, and that's a lot of fucking pain. That shit sucks.
I think we've all done it before, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I know I have.
Mm-hmm.
In multiple senses, like whether it be like a partner or whether it be like a good friend of mine. And I still like sit on myself to this day and think like, was that the best decision for me?
Mm-hmm.
Or like, what would it have been like had this person still been around?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even trolling, dude. I'm not trolling. I think about a dog that I had, super often, like so often, bro. Not so often.
You gave the dog away?
Yeah, when I came to California, her name was Jax. Her name is Jax. She's still alive, but, bro, I like slept with her my last day that I was with her. And yeah, I was really sad, bro. She was my best friend when things weren't that great, you know? And
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I definitely know. That shit sucks, bro. Dogs are the worst. Dogs are the hardest.
Lilo. I miss my Lilo.
Bro. My dog Oscar, this motherfucker's still alive, still
kicking.
Bro, I saw him on the bed earlier.
Yeah, the motherfucker's 13, dog. He shouldn't even be alive. Like their life expectancy is like 12 years old. And he looks bad. He's down bad. The motherfucker looks like he's getting cataracts. He's my best friend in the whole world though. Like he's been around forever. And I had one of my dogs pass away last year on 4th of July, and like, but him, as soon as he dies, it's a wrap, bro. Like you're not gonna see me for a week. It's gonna be bad. But back to what Corpse was saying, I don't know. I don't know if I have an answer for this one, because I've definitely given things and people up for the greater good. I don't know, bro. Like I don't know. I feel like you have to give to receive, though, in the same aspect. I don't think there's a true answer for this question.
Probably something in the middle, but I think if
a balance, some may say.
Some may say that, and that's a good thing.
Oh shit!
I don't know. This was a crazy podcast, bro.
Boys, we almost did 3 hours.
I know. I was like, fuck, I have to go to bed.
Yeah, I gotta hit.
Oh, you gotta wake up early for work in the morning or something?
And I'm still high as fuck.
I'm gonna stay up drinking and listening to music while you motherfuckers doze off and count sheep.
5:45 is
Look,
early.
I got New York in the
So-
background. I'm actually okay. So, oh wait, I booked my tickets today. Where's my phone at?
Oh, you're not gonna be here
So-
for one of them, are you?
So,
gotta-
I will
you
be
gotta jump
back
on
from
the-
New York.
You gotta get on the London Tipton Wi-Fi, okay?
I won't be back from New York until 10 o'clock
PM.
on Tuesday, the 18th.
Oh, but wait, the 18th. Hold on.
Yeah, so
in 2 weeks.
Oh, in 2
2 weeks.
I'm off.
No, next week.
I'm off.
Ain't it next
I
week?
could. No, 18th is 2 weeks. You're right.
2 weeks. So, wait, what's your schedule gonna be? D?
6 to 3, but I have Tuesday, Wednesdays off.
Okay, so can we? I know we're the usual Tuesdays, but can we do? Still trying to turn my computer off though for attention. Facts. Can we do Wednesday the 19th for that podcast?
That later, could we do it earlier? Because I'll need to be up at 5 when that day comes around.
What do you mean?
Because I'll be working 6 to 3.
Yeah.
On
So what
Thursday.
time do you have to go to sleep?
Well, I don't know. I have to find out. I don't
Well,
know.
okay. So we'll chat about it. But can we do Wednesday the 19th? Because I don't get back home. Like I don't land until 10 o'clock,
Oh,
so I
okay,
won't
okay.
be home until 11. And I don't think there's a way for me to. Can I? Does airplane Wi-Fi allow me to stream?
And we're not gonna be screaming at each other
On the plane?
while you're on United, okay?
Can I? I'm gonna be on Alaska. Okay,
Oh,
motherfucker.
okay. Alaska. That's a nice airline. I like Alaska.
I do too. They have good snacks.
Yeah.
Okay, so can we? Okay, so just so we can let everybody know, we'll do the normal stream this upcoming Tuesday,
Yes. I think.
and then can we do Wednesday the 19th?
Yes, as long
And
as
if we have to do it, if we
earlier.
have to do it early, we can all be in agreement prior to that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We just have to see how early's early.
Yeah, like I can't do like 5 p.m.
No, I don't think we have to push it
Yeah.
that early.
Like 7,
Seven?
7 or 9.
I think that's fine. 7.
Well, if you go to sleep at 10:30, you can still wake up at 5.
Yeah, I could open my eyelids, and that'd be it.
Well, yeah,
That'd be
that's
about
if
it.
you're not high.
I gotta be up at 5. What are y'all talking about?
Yeah, what
What
the
time do you
fuck?
go to sleep?
Like 1?
Oh nah, bro. I'm not like a funky.
You are a child. You can
Bro,
you can live off
she
of
would
4
call
hours.
me.
I'm
She
still
would
growing up,
literally
okay.
call me at 1 in the morning, and I would stay on the phone for like an hour, hour and a half.
Bro, that's so fucking
Sometimes like 2
long.
hours.
Oh my god.
So, bro, I'm up until like 2:33 sometimes, bro.
I would be schlump of it.
Well, that's not happening anymore, is it?
Clock in time is at 5:45.
That's not happening anymore, is it?
I don't think so. I
It's
don't
not funny,
think so.
bro. It's okay, Corpse. We're here for you.
Nah,
Yes,
Corpse is on the
but-
prowl again. I've seen single Corpse before. I know what this is like. The dog
Wait,
is
are you-
loose.
Are you good though? For real, bro.
No. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm
I don't know
good.
how
I'm
long this
good.
has been, so I don't know how detrimental it is.
I'm good.
or
No,
like,
I'm
How
good.
you feel about it?
No. I'm
Single
good.
but not ready to mingle. Let's just say that.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely
that's
not.
fair. I don't know. Why they're laughing,
I'm not
guys.
as crazy
Okay.
as I used to be, man. I chilled out. I
Hey,
chill.
we're
I
old now,
gotta chill
baby. We're old now.
out. Yeah, no, but so same time next week, and then
Yes.
we'll switch
Tuesday
it up.
though. Tuesday.
We're doing Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Everybody
Normal,
in chat.
the usual
time.
Tuesday,
Usual Tuesdays.
All right, boys.
and then Wednesday the 19th.
Yes.
All right.
You guys hear that? Okay, done, settled, good to go. All right, let's
Everybody
close
at
out.
home, the smoking section. This is the usual Tuesday podcast. We'll see y'all next time. Love you guys. I'll text y'all right now.
Bye.
Okay, hey
Safe.
everybody, 0%
Save. Yep.
Corpse Collection,
That's
Big
who you
bad.
are.
Corpse, Instagram, Twitter,
Yes.
Save Wonder. Love y'all.
Be safe.
Have a good
Next
night.
time.
Peace out. Good night.
Peace.
Bye. Guys, we had a big ass fight. Oh my god. Big fights. Everybody say big fights in the chat. Oh my god. Toastcast? What the fuck? Oh my god, here it is. Okay, hi. Listen, everybody, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I have to go to bed and I have to go shower and everything. Big fights, exactly. That's what I'm saying. No, but genuinely, go subscribe to everybody. Everybody's links in the description below. Just because we have disagreements doesn't mean there's not love for there for the other person. I don't know. I just never wanted to be like I fight with somebody or I disagree with somebody. It wasn't even a fight that anybody goes to like talk shit or whatever. And that's it. Bye. Have a good one. Be safe. I will see you more sober and probably this weekend sometime. Alrighty, be safe, everybody. Bye. Have fun. Bye. Be safe. Good night.